stay still, the thoughts of you are sinking. Point stands, but I'm still overthinking. You know you don't really call me like you used to, but I know you try. But I've heard you've been here before. But I won't stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusting to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to. Babe, I wanna know, is it heartfelt to maybe just a little? Cause you don't really see me like you used to, but you hold on to me cause all you do is settle. I've heard you've been here before. Stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusted to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to. But I don't stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusted to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to. If I stay still, the thoughts of you are sinking. Point stands, but I'm still overthinking. You know you don't really call me like you used to, but I know you try. But I've heard you've been here before. But I won't stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusting to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to.
Well, welcome.
Hey, happy Friday.
Welcome to the Friday.
Weird angle.
It is weird angle. I'm checking out some new things. That's the camera. If you're watching this, that's the camera that took a header.
The gaming camera.
Like 15 minutes before we went live.
Yeah.
It just fell over.
It gave up.
Yeah, but
It was a long week.
yeah, we're trying out some new stuff now that you can see the table. We're looking at maybe if we play games. We're ready to zoom in and see those games, but we still have these little cameras here. So
I like this one.
These are
Keeps
decently
the
normal.
magic.
Yeah, I was like, keeps the magic behind. We have, what is it? We have our
Hammer space.
hammer space.
Yeah.
they're zoomed in a little bit closer than normal, but that's I got new cameras, new lenses.
We're all going through the process together.
Yes, we will learn. I mean, go back to episode 1 of our lives. Whoo!
We look fantastic.
Well, that's because we're super blurry. I look super blurry on that one.
Happy Friday, Urel.
Happy Friday. Welcome everyone. We are here to do it again.
I realized something.
What did we realize?
I didn't write down the giveaway question from last week.
Okay.
Do you remember what it is?
No, but you could just go right up there and
Okay.
look at it like you always do.
Let's take a shot first.
Okay. Look at this. We could do it.
No, I like
Wait,
the normal one.
ooh.
No.
Oh, what?
I like the normal one.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
it's better.
What is wrong? What's going on?
Salud.
Slancheva.
Mm-mm-mm.
But ooh. Well, I hope. Oh, geez. We've already started. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Friday. Across from me is not Sarah right at this moment. She's going and doing her homework that she was supposed to do before the show. But that's totally fine. That's how talent is.
I'm talented.
But yeah, thank you so much. This is Sarah across from me, and
This is Scooter.
there we go.
Sorry, I wasn't ready.
There we go. There
Still.
we go. So we'll go ahead and start with our sponsors. So sponsorships, as always, there's new ones coming too. It's like we're gonna have multiple small and large sponsors, if that makes sense, for different things. So Lever Consulting, make sure to check out leverconsulting.com for an introductory consultation for life skills like balancing your account, like filling out an application. What else?
Applying to college.
Yeah,
Your kids
doing a
applying to
resume.
college.
Yeah,
Yeah.
getting your kid in college. You as an adult getting into college.
Yep.
Everything's different. So they'll give you an introductory consultation if you mention Sarah and Scooter sent you.
Yes.
Also, Yaya's Embroidery. So check them out. The link is in all of our other videos. I think almost at least our last like 5 or 6.
Oh, nice.
So check out the description below in this one if you're watching this afterwards. But if you can go to our last episode and do it there too. It's get a hold of Urel over Instagram. Mention Sarah and Scooter sent you over there. She will give you 10% off your whole order.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. is
And you're
correct.
wearing some of the
I am.
some of the stuff there. Let's see if we can see.
Yaya shirt.
Yeah, look at it. There we go. That's something that designed together for our anniversary.
Yeah. It's
So-
adorable.
It was really cute. So thank you for doing that. And what's the next thing?
Giveaway question.
There you go.
I was looking for a button that said giveaway question, like we've had one before. Anyways,
Anyways.
losing it. All right, giveaway question. I think this is week 3 of this question. Anyways, in a recent shout out, Scooter named 4 shows we've been watching.
Correct.
Name 2 of them.
Just 2. Because now we're on to some other shows and it's going to
Actually,
become
out of stuff. So if you have things you recommend.
Kinda. I mean, the stuff is coming back though.
Oh, that's true. We're in February now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
things are coming back because of the writer's strike. So
Woot woot.
we'll get on to doing some of that stuff.
And the best show ever is coming out this month.
What?
Avatar.
Oh my gosh. Yes, and we're so hopeful.
Yes.
Yeah, we could talk about that for
Now if it's
this
crap,
whole episode.
I'll be upset.
I don't think so. I because I watch Screen Crush. So of course, when they released the trailer for the new Avatar live action show series, it's a series
Yeah.
that's coming out. They broke it down and was like, here's almost like how well they're doing it.
Are they releasing all 3 books at the same
I have
time?
no idea.
Mm.
No idea.
I just thought you knew everything.
I didn't look that deep into it,
Oh, okay.
and I apologize for.
A shame.
But you always tell me not to give you spoilers. But
Well, I don't want spoilers,
you
but I want to know how long it lasts.
okay,
Well, that's fair.
why?
I don't know.
Change nothing.
Anyways, giveaway question again. In a recent shout out, Scooter named 4 shows we've been watching. We just need 2 of them. And then you
Yes,
win
please.
stuff.
Yeah. We'll send you out some cool stuff, even the surprise. I mean, of course, a shirt, an Advise Me Not shirt, designed and helped, co-designed with me and Urel.
Yep.
We put that kind of thing together. So, yeah, we have some other things in the works, so pay attention. for some giveaways and that kind of stuff, some prizes.
Even our son said it looked cool. So I mean,
Yes,
the teenager likes it.
Yeah, and the thing that we're looking at, I showed him kind of the design that's going into it, and yeah, it's gonna be cute.
Yeah.
So, thank you for all of that. But giveaway question, gotta answer it.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's worth nothing.
it's true. All right, next.
Oh,
On
yeah.
to the next thing. Good thing. I'm going to go first because mine is kind of part of our sponsor information.
Mine's blank because
then you
I
gotta
mean,
think.
well, there was a lot going on.
You've had a week to do this. Just kidding. Oh, I got buzzed. We've never even used that one before.
Well, that was buzzworthy.
That's sad. But am I wrong?
I didn't have a week to do this because the last specific parts that showed up like at 4:30 today.
No. You had a week to write down your good things.
Holy, I had to experience the week of good things
Right.
before I write them down.
Well, today is the last.
if I put something in on Tuesday, I was like, what if Wednesday or Thursday was better?
But that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You just make
Just
a
saying.
running list. All right, my first one. Our business merch came in. Me and my sister's business merch. So we got some shirts from Yaya's Embroidery to wear at conference. And then we got some cups from some other place. Some travel mugs. And then also like some ceramic mugs for our company. And they're very cute. We're very excited about this.
I was writing it down and I wrote it down wrong.
What'd you write down?
No, that's super cool
Oh.
because what happened though is as soon as the merch showed up, I mean, it's a coffee cup and you don't drink coffee.
I drink tea.
Mm,
They don't make teacups. I guess they do actually make teacups.
they're literally called teacups. But I was like, oh, thanks. You got me a cup. She's like, that's my cup. She
You
was
have, like,
but
7.
she was like offended.
But you know why? Because you always take the big cups. And you're like, no, these are mine. How many big cups right now are on the Keurig stand?
3,
And how many do you use each day?
1,
So why do you need another one?
rotation.
You don't rotate the other ones.
No, I don't.
Right.
I gotta stop bouncing. I'm shaking your camera.
I told you. That's what I was trying to tell you earlier.
Ooh,
I know. You can't.
This table is getting it's
loose.
I tightened it up today.
loose.
It's just not a real super solid table.
No, we've had
But
it
that's
for a long time.
Yes, we have. And it's
And it
really
was cheap when we got it.
not super cheap, but
Yeah.
it was We had the kids were little.
But it's also, that's not what it's made for. It's made for dinners and laughing. And board games.
And we're gonna do those things.
Which is what we do.
Yes, that's what we do.
So that's my first good thing.
That's a great thing. So I have basically one.
Okay.
Okay. There's a new episode of Whale of a Tale out.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure and check that out.
Did you already listen to it without me?
Yeah. It's a minute
Aw.
long. It's about I can't remember who it's about. Who's the guy who got
Is it
swallowed by the
Samson?
whale?
No, that was the last one, huh?
Yes. If you haven't heard it, how would you know?
Well, I saw
even know it was
I
out.
saw the title.
Oh,
I knew it was out. I thought you were gonna wait for me.
had to do it. Is it who's-
Jonah.
Jonah? You know, the whale.
Yeah.
So it was really cute. They're only like a minute long, and they are narrated by was she 4 years old? Almost 5?
Yes.
4 going on 5-year-old granddaughter.
They're adorable.
So it's very, very, very cute. So go check out Whale of a Tale. Are you shopping right now on your phone or?
So during the week I write down the things you tell me to
Yeah.
write down that you want to talk about. So I was trying to find your notes about what you wanted to complain about this week.
Oh, okay.
That's what was
I'm
happening.
just curious to why we're doing that now.
It's just who I am. All
Yeah.
right. I can't find it, so it's fine. Next.
I don't know. I don't have a rant, to be honest. I probably should.
Hi, Bailey. Happy Friday.
Happy
I
Friday.
have one more good thing.
Okay.
February, so far, is the end of chaos
Oh, come on.
for traveling.
She says this all the time.
I don't say it all the time.
You say it probably every 2 months. It's like, whoa.
No.
We're calming down.
Nope,
And then
no.
ramp back up.
Traveling. Traveling's different. Work is not slowing down, but traveling wise, February is the end. I even have a whole week of I have 2 whole weeks of no traveling in March. Like already marked off as no traveling weeks. And that is way more than there was in January or February. So that's
So,
exciting.
And I have to say a good thing is like surviving, not that it's a bad thing or a rant, but it's more of You've been gone more the last 2 months or so
Yes.
than you ever have before consistently.
Yes.
You used to travel once or twice a month.
Yes.
It's lately been 4 times a month,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
And it's like 2 to 3 days at a time.
Yes.
It's exhausting.
Who are you telling?
I was telling the people that are hopefully listening, because you already know. So
It is.
so it's a lot.
Yes.
And I mean, the kids are not that hard. Actually, CJ kind of minds his business, gets his chores done.
Yeah.
We have kind of a good rhythm we're going, but when you leave, it takes like a day for that rhythm to establish.
Yeah.
And then you're back in another day.
Right.
And then we have to reestablish the rhythm because you're here.
Yeah.
So it's like you're changing the rhythm twice a week, and it's just it's tiring.
I understand.
It gets a little exhausting.
I do understand.
So, but I'm just saying we're surviving it. We're more than surviving it. We're doing well with it. We're eating.
Not sleeping.
Well, I don't. Well, I'm sleeping randomly.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah.
That cycle. So it's not too bad. But
He
that's a
says
good thing. I'm saying we're surviving it, and that to me that's a good thing because there was a time where it was just like this is off. This is not going to work.
Yeah.
And I think it's because the kids are getting a little. Well, they only have one really
Right.
here, so that's helpful.
Yeah. And he's decently sufficient.
Yeah,
He makes a mean
self-sufficient.
breakfast.
No, that's the thing. That's a funny thing about our 16-year-old son is when mom's here, it's like he forgets how to do everything. Like he has to ask questions about everything that he does. How do I put socks on? But well, it's not that. It's for the joke.
I know.
Don't get. It's not always like that.
not always
She's
like
not
that.
always sleeping. She's not. It's not always about socks. It's not. He's not always. I didn't say that. It was for a joke. It's just like he does forget like the basic things that he normally does on a daily basis, and he
Yes.
has to ask you about them.
Yes.
And I'm like, what's going on? But then when you take off, it's like he just does it.
Yeah.
He plugs his phone in. He gets up in the morning, walks to school. He's not late. All those kind of things. Then you come, and then it's just, why don't I get a ride? I'm like, you've been walking the last 3 days. What's one day?
I don't think he's asked for a ride in a long time, though. I always just say, I'm going to take you.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really hilarious. I think it was the other night. Because I'm sitting there like, what a pansy. I was thinking that he was at school, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it was drizzling a little bit outside. And he literally said, can I get a ride home because I don't want to get my socks wet?
Mhm.
And I'm sitting there like, what a pansy. And then right after that, Sarah goes outside and I kind of walk her outside. It's like a blizzard happening out there.
Yes.
like a tornado
Yes.
monsoon hit.
Like gusts of wind, things are
Side-
rolling down the street, rain's going sideways.
I was like, okay, now I kind of see what he's getting at. That it was kind of humorous
Yeah.
to me. So that's all good.
That's it. That's my last good thing.
Okay. So that's it.
All right, I know you more.
No, that's it. I only had that one.
Okay, then I'm pushing this button.
Okay.
The button. Rant of the week. Rant of the week.
Rant of the week.
With the new cameras,
What do you mean?
because I make the table wobble.
But don't touch the table.
That's how I dance.
You have to touch the
I
table to
touch the
dance.
table and dance with my shoulders, and that's how I dance. I was like this. But look, so much shaking. It's like an earthquake.
That's actually not bad.
That's
I shake it way more when I'm shaking my
living?
legs. Well, when I do this and my legs are twitching when I'm talking.
Yeah.
It's like so.
Oh, can
I'll work at it.
I know we already passed good thing. They had Casamigos on sale at where'd I go? Rite Aid. It was $24 off. I was like, okay,
That's a lot.
that was a lot.
Was it free?
No, Casamigos is still expensive.
Yes.
But $24 off is pretty good.
But it's very tasty.
Yeah, it is
So,
tasty.
Enjoyable.
All
all
right,
right.
rants.
I only really have one
Okay, I have two.
because I'm trying to catch up with everything that's going on.
Is your rant the camera falling over?
Oh gosh, no.
Okay.
That was I set the camera up kind of knowing, ooh, I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna try
I
it.
thought that didn't break.
No, I'm excited that the camera like bent over, hit the ground. And
Yeah.
the camera's working just fine.
Yeah.
I love it.
Woo. Okay, my first rant. Why is it when you're driving in parking lots and people turn to go into the little parking area that they stand, they're in the middle, and as you're backing out, they just look at you? Like, how can I pick a side, sir, if you're in the middle of the friggin' aisleway? Where am I supposed to go? Homie, I just happened to be at the grocery store like an hour ago, that's why I'm annoyed. He wouldn't move. And so I'm backing up to leave, and he just stood there. He didn't even like move this way as I was moving this way. I was like, okay, maybe he wants me to go on this side. It didn't matter which side I was trying to turn to. He wouldn't move. And I was like, I hate you. I don't like the H word, but I hate you right now because
It was a little rough.
I don't like this.
Because I had that discussion. I was like, I went out, because I run errands every once in a while. We went out into the wild, and did we talk about last Saturday? Oh, that would have been a good thing too.
Yeah.
But we'll get back to that. Oh, shout outs. We still have that.
Yes.
Sweet. So I was talking, when you go outside, it was like you forget how much you really hate people. And because I'm one of those people who's like, I love humanity, but I don't like humans that much.
Yeah.
I think it really comes down to that. I was like, give me 100 people and one dog, and the dog, I'll choose the dog every time.
Right.
It's just they have more of a sense of humanity than human beings.
Yeah.
But I know that sounds like a negative outlook on life, doing what I do for a living. But it used to be, to me, like 1 in 30 people, 1 in 40 people are kind of jackholes.
Yes.
Right? So when you go out and you go to the grocery store and you run some errands, you might run into one.
Right.
Right? That's how I
was a
feel like the
might.
climate used to be.
Yes.
Now, I'm not getting old and, was that cynical? I don't think I'm getting old and cynical. I enjoy going and talking to people. But for some reason, now it's like 1 out of 10 out in humanity. One out of 10 jackholes. So,
or is your patience level just lowered?
No, I have a lot of patience. I have a lot more patience than I've ever had in my whole life. I know you've always like, oh, you're not a very patient person. I was like, I'm more patient every day.
I agree. You've gotten way better.
But realistically, now when you go out into society just to run some errands, just to do some simple things, it's not a matter of if you're going to run into a jackhole. You're going to run into one. Maybe.
Many?
Yeah, I was like, how many? I was like, are you going to be able to count them on one hand?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes not.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, and the parking lots were some of the worst, right? The parking lots were some of the worst. Like, I can't get, when you were saying that, I was like, 2 different parking lots I was in that day, I couldn't get out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even allowing me.
Right.
So I'll just stand over here until you figure out life.
Right.
Right? And then one that takes a whole wide right turn into a parking lot, and I'm sitting right there, and he looks at you like you're in the way.
Right.
And I'm like, you turned into me.
Yes.
Right? I was like, I don't understand that.
Yes.
And then the whole right of way thing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, one guy
register.
was super confused and just sat there just looking at me like, why aren't you going? I was like, you were here like 3 minutes ago. I feel like I was like, and you're to the right of me. I'm like, what? Do we not know what right of way means?
No.
It's in the words.
I feel like many drivers don't know what that means.
Right of way.
Yeah. I think they know the phrase, but I don't think a lot of people understand what the
But I don't
concept
think they
actually
mean,
is.
I don't feel people, when they say right of way, I think they don't understand that it's the person to the right of you.
No, they just think, oh, it's your turn to go.
Yeah,
all
that's
they
your
think. Yeah.
right to go. It's
Right.
your right to
Yes.
go. It's like, no, right of way literally means the person to the right of you
Right.
gets precedent
If you both stop at the
you
same
stop
time.
at the same time.
Yes.
That's it.
Dropping knowledge over here.
That's it. Whoever gets to the four-way stop first,
Yes.
they go.
Yes.
Right? They go. The next person should be to the right. And if there's only 3 people there, there's somebody all the way to the right.
Right.
And then those 2 people can go. Because realistically, unless that person's taking a right, it's like, just go.
Yeah.
So,
See,
I was
more
like,
of a rant than I had.
but realistically, I mean, has anybody ever played? I mean, I think that's the problem. I think their video games are too advanced, right?
Need some basics.
They have these simulators. No, we need the basics again. We need Frogger, right?
Oh, yeah.
We need Tetris.
What did Frogger teach you?
How to weave in and out of stuff and be out of the way until and if you don't, you die. That was good.
That's true.
That's good.
But
Tetris, what fits where? Put it in there. Have you ever seen somebody like clean out a pantry? Good God.
you're talking about me.
No. Just saying. Stuff doesn't fit. They just, like, oh, I'm just going to put this.
Top.
Yeah, I'm going to put this almond milk on top of chips.
Right.
Like, what is happening here?
That is an offense.
Or the box of like granola bars or something like that. There's one granola bar in there.
Just leave the whole box.
But it's like 3 feet by 2 feet from Costco, and there's one granola bar in there. And I'm like, that is so weird to me.
That should be a game. Putting stuff away in a pantry.
I'm sure it is. It's called Tetris.
Also, it's called life, but whatever.
It's called Tetris.
Tetris is like dishwasher.
I don't understand.
Tetris is like putting dishes in a dishwasher. That's what I
That
think
is
about.
true.
More than putting groceries away.
That's true.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Well, that was my one rant, and you took it over. So what's your rant?
So I'm going to recall. No, not recall. Yeah. And that don't be like recall, like remember.
Yeah.
How do I put it? The chat support that I got 2 weeks ago for purchasing these new cameras, right? The chat support that I got was phenomenal.
Okay.
Like, they're like, yes, this fits with this. This is what you need. But it came to a point where they weren't listening to what I was saying, right?
Yeah.
They were just saying, I'm interested. All they heard was, I'm interested in this type of camera and this lens.
Yes.
That's all they heard. And then they went, yes, that'll work. That'll be great for you. I was like, cool. I need to put it on my computer. I was like, all you need is this. So I was like, cool. They didn't mention the adapter cables.
Right.
I think they're called micro SDI adapters. They didn't mention those. So I had to fork out some cash for those. Plus, I asked a question, a very simple question, and it's just one of those things of like, I don't need it. It's not even worth. I mean, it's called autofocus.
Yeah.
Anybody know what that means?
Nope. Just kidding. I
It's
do
when
now.
something focuses automatically. And for some reason, they couldn't understand what I meant by that. I just don't understand why that was so difficult.
Yeah.
Right? And I was talking to, and I don't want to go, it's BH Photo Audio Equipment, one of the biggest companies in the country. They're based out of New York, I think. Maybe it was just the certain people I was talking to. I don't know. But all I know is they weren't giving me any answers.
Yeah.
Like, I said, hey, this lens, this camera, I have them. How do I turn on autofocus?
Yeah.
So they referred me to a page in the manual that has to do with programming the software on the developer's end.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm like, no, that I'm not trying to reprogram my camera. I want to just turn on autofocus.
Yes.
Can you please help me with that? And they refer me to another page. No, that's running through a whole, $10,000 switchboard. Got it. Do I need that for that? I was like, well, hold on. Let me contact the manufacturer. So they did that. 2 days later, they responded, sent me a manual, said, go to this page. You can just turn on autofocus from there. But they sent me the manual to a completely different camera. And I replied saying, I have this camera. This has been going on for 2 weeks now.
You sold it to me.
So I did find out. I was like, screw this. I went directly to the manufacturer. It's Black Magic Design because they don't sell retail, right? So I got a hold of them. Within hours, they say, yes, you can do that. You need this component to attach to it. So it's like a gimbal kind of piece.
Yeah.
That attaches USB-C to it, and you do it from there. You could do zoom if your lens is on zoom. You could do autofocus if your thing has focus. I was like, cool. Thank you. But I thought since I bought it from a certain people and they suggested these cameras,
Yeah.
they suggested all this stuff. I was like, are you suggesting them because you're getting a kickback? I was just
Probably.
very, very frustrated because they kept every time they respond, it's like, thank you so much for reaching out and contacting ourselves. I was like, dude, don't thank me. Don't put in that default cut and paste thing every single time. We're trying to have a conversation.
Yeah.
He sent it to me like 7 times. It said the same thing.
Yeah.
And they referred me to the manual
thing.
But it also referred me to a manual every time.
Yeah,
and I was like, I have the manual. I've read the manual, and you're giving me the developer site stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you should not have to be a software, hardware engineer for a camera to use it.
Agree.
That's not what that's for.
Yeah.
So we did. I mean,
Can
we
you
figured
tell
it out.
it's been a long week about camera stuff?
Yeah, I was trying to get this, and it's kind of a rant of my own doing because I wanted to upgrade to the future. Is it me doing this and shaking it, or is it you? Okay. When I shake my booty, and I'm not even touching the table, am I shaking the whole floor? Man, I thought I lost 5 pounds. Goodness.
Oh, gosh.
So no,
right.
I'm one of those people that's like, I like to upgrade. When I'm going to upgrade, I want to upgrade for the future.
Yeah.
So everything in here is set up now. At this point, we could go to 4K.
Yeah.
We could do live whatever. We can go remote, all those kind of things. So
If we go to 4K, I need a makeup artist in-house.
why?
Do you see? Look at this thing right here.
What?
It's like a moon.
It's not a moon.
It's giant. All right, I have one more rant. So there's a show that I listen to. And I've mentioned it before. It's called Shag, Married, Annoyed. And
Yes.
so they have a section called What's Your Beef? And it's basically, what's your beef with your spouse? Like, what did they do this week that got on your nerves?
Yeah, love it.
So basically, this is a beef for you.
Oh, no.
So Mariah left a bunch of stuff. And she's like, can you guys ship it back? And I said, yes. So I said, Ham, on Monday, can you send all Mariah's stuff back? And he said, I'm on it. I said, cool.
Oh, hold on. Let's go. Let's say what really was discussed. You said, if I put everything together,
Which it was.
where?
In Mariah's room.
You didn't tell me where anything.
You
just
didn't even
left town.
ask.
You just said, if I put everything together and give it to you, this is what you said. Would you ship it off? And I said, absolutely.
It was together.
You didn't give it to me.
You didn't ask.
Why would I ask?
It's in her room.
Okay,
Anyways, continuation of my beef rant.
go for it.
So, I get home Tuesday
Yeah.
and nothing gets shipped.
No.
Wednesday, nothing gets shipped. So I was like, oh, well, it's Thursday. Mariah needs the stuff. I'm just going to put it in a box and I'm just going to ship it because I have some other things at the mail anyways. Scooter gets up and is like, what are you doing? I was like, the stuff's already in the box and it's taped. He's like, I was going to do it. Like, right, but it's Thursday.
I was going to do it, but you never gave it to me. Like, here, when you came down, you can breathe deeply,
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Right. But I folded up a little box. I knew of one cable that was going, right?
Mm-hmm.
I put that cable in the box and set it to the side because I was waiting for you to give me the stuff that you said you were going to give me.
You're in the same texter that I'm in. She said where her stuff was at. I didn't move it.
You said
I
you were,
collected it. Everything it was in the spot where she said it was going to be.
you collected all the stuff and put it in a spot.
Yes.
And you didn't tell me that, did
You
you?
didn't ask.
Why would I ask?
Hey, I'm ready to ship the stuff. Where's it at? Why is that?
Hey, I put the stuff together. Here it is.
Hey, I'm getting on a plane.
What's the
I can't
difference?
remember all the things.
Yeah, but what's the difference?
The difference is it was your mission.
Well, what's the difference between me not saying, hey, where's all the stuff, and you saying, hey, I got all the stuff together, here it is?
Because
neither one of us said those
because
things.
it was your mission to do.
Okay.
If it was mine and if you said, hey, I need you to go do this, then if it's my turn to do it, I have to be like, where's it at?
Okay.
That was all.
All right.
So, but then when I went to go do it, you got annoyed that I had already boxed everything up.
Well, because you put it in like the biggest box that's going to cost the most to ship it. And I was like, and you wrote on the box instead of clicking and ship it so you could just drop it off. I was just like, we can print a label and you don't have to go stand in that freaking line. That was my biggest thing. It was like,
Right.
you put it in the most expensive box we have in the garage,
Right.
right? Plus, you didn't print out a label that was prepaid so you can literally just walk in, drop it off, walk away instead
Right.
of standing in a line of like, sometimes like 20, 30 people.
Yes.
That's all I was saying.
But you don't get to hear yourself when you say things like that.
No.
No.
But you also don't get to hear yourself when you tell me nothing.
I do hear myself. There's no words that come out.
Yeah, I know.
I did tell you something. Can you mail the thing for Mariah on Monday?
You said, "Can you ship this out on Monday if I collect all the stuff and get it to you? Give it to you?"
I
said,
did
yes.
not say and give it to you. I said if I get all the things together, can you mail it out on Monday? And I got all the
Maybe
things
that's
together.
how it was. Okay.
Anyways, my beef with you wasn't about mailing it out. It was about that when it didn't happen and then I went to go do it, that you got annoyed that I got it ready to go
Had
get
nothing
it
to do
done.
with getting ready to go. It was the size of the box and not you're like, that's all that was. I was like, I haven't paid for postage. It's like, well, we can pay for it's called click and ship. You go click, click, click.
Right.
And it's so much easier. So I was like, that's what had nothing to do with the collecting of the stuff because I knew you were supposed to collect the stuff. I just didn't know you did.
Yeah.
I didn't know you did.
Anyways, my beef was your attitude that you had. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
You're saying I have attitude.
Yes.
I have attitude now.
You
I'm feeling
you had attitude on
I'm
Thursday.
feeling confrontational.
But
There's no but. There's no but. There's just
that's
like
it. That's my rant.
There's yet. As it turns out, I feel like you didn't communicate with me. And as it turns out, you feel like I said I was going to do something and I didn't.
Yes. But that's not the part that was annoying. I don't care if you didn't do it. It's when I went to go do it, then you're like, you talk crap about what I did. You couldn't do this. How can you put it in this box? Why you do this? I'm like, because that was the box that I found. I would have got to the post office. They would have said it's $25. I would have been like, it seems like a lot. And I would have mailed it. And I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't have cared at all. But you came down and you're like, dumb. Why did you do it this way? Why is this? And I was like, all right.
I can save you $7.
Right.
And time.
Yes.
That was my brain thinking. Yeah. But it was also when realistically I just got up, walked downstairs and saw it. And I'm like, what is this?
Right.
You know? And I also saw other things you were going to mail. I was like, what is this? Do you not do mail?
No, I'm not 100. I don't do mail.
And then how does people get stuff?
Email. I go to their office and look at documents.
I emailed them some face moisturizer.
Yes.
That's not a thing.
I don't send mail. It's so rare. I understand. Anyways.
So I appreciate that.
That's my rant.
Could I have done better? 1,000%. I could have said, hey, where's the stuff? Totally could have. And I didn't. That's all I can say.
All right.
So,
do you want my rant?
I don't
have any more. Okay.
I had the B&H one, not you guys. But and then the 1 out of 10 people. And
okay.
Then, yeah,
good.
That was kind of my thing there.
Alrighty. You want to talk about what's happening in the week?
Oh, that's up to you. What's up in you area?
So, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you feel about weather, it's a storming coming this weekend and this week. And we're Californians, so we don't like those things. We like sunshine. So,
not always.
A lot of us don't like when it's raining or cold or too windy or earthquakes.
Oh gosh.
We like normal weather.
Stay in a bunker.
We do. It's called California. Anyways, so watch out for that. But in Sacramento, there's a K-pop night at Harlow's and a chocolate festival in Davis. I kind of want to go to the chocolate festival because I love chocolate. Chocolate. Oh, Fresno has an anime gaming con, which I thought was cool. But the other thing I thought was even better, they have an intro to aerial yoga class, and I want to do aerial yoga so bad.
Wouldn't that be
Ryan, no one needs your comments about how good the cameras look. Don't egg him on. Don't encourage him.
That color palette of those Black Magic Design cameras are phenomenal.
Anyways, aerial yoga. I have always wanted to try aerial yoga, but I need somebody to go with because all of ours are in Roseville.
Let's go. What do you mean? Are you, like ribbons and stuff?
The way you're like hanging from the ceiling? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do it so bad.
I'd throw up. But let's go.
I don't think you would.
No, well, you know me.
You throw up after.
No, I like heights too much.
Yeah.
It's like
they're not that high.
Fly.
Yeah.
It's higher than you think. Like if you get up on because I used to do a lot of roofing and stuff like that. It's like once you get on a roof, it's higher than.
But it's not that high. You're just hanging on a ring like over the ground. Like it starts low. Then you when advanced is when you start draping down, like looking like pink.
aerial. But if it can't be aerial, if
Aerial
you're
just means off the
if you're
ground.
standing on something like the height of a table.
But you're not. No, because it's a ring.
I don't know what that means.
So like
Like a
there's
ring, like an octagon where you fight.
no, like a hula hoop.
No, stupid.
So
oh,
there's like
a loop
yeah. So there's like ribbon. There's like
thing.
things hanging from the ceiling, and then it attaches to like a hula hoop
Oh,
ring.
so a swing.
Basically, yeah. And then you
It's a tire swing.
no, it's not that. It's thinner.
I know, but it looks just like it's instead of a rope and a tire, it's a ring and a ribbon.
I mean,
it's
yes,
It's a rope. It's a rope swing. It's
yes,
a
but I
tire
want to
swing.
try it. Anyways, so they're doing Clovis has
That
a
does sound cool.
intro to, and I want to try. Okay, what did I say? Houston has Harlem Globetrotters, which I've never seen, but I kind of wanted to. Seattle has Lunar New Year Family Festival, and that sounds really fun. Did you know at Disneyland right now they have San Fran Tokyo all set up for Lunar New Year?
That's
Apparently it's amazing, and I really wanted to go to that, but it's Disney. It's gonna be done before we even get there.
Oh,
I think San Fran Tokyo is still gonna be set up
because we're going there soon, right?
April.
April.
And then last thing, Mardi Gras parties are starting everywhere. So find one and go, and don't show your boobies, or do.
Or bring your beads
I mean, whichever.
if you want to see boobies.
But you know, Mardi Gras is not just about boobs. It's
No.
about culture and music and food and all kinds of things.
It's about getting wasted and boobs.
People from New Orleans don't like when people say that.
Well-
I'm in a lot of New Orleans groups right now.
God,
They don't like it. Okay.
they don't
I'm
like it.
putting that PSA out there right now. People in New Orleans don't like when us outsiders come in just flashing boobs and throwing beads everywhere like that.
Yes, they do because it makes them money.
They don't know.
The economy goes way up. Like,
I
They make
agree.
a ton of money.
But they're not. But most of those people.
You could sell a beer for like $20.
But
And
most of those people who are that drunk are no longer buying anything. They're just stumbling around.
Oh,
It's
they're
not
buying
fun
everything.
anymore. No, they're not. They're vomiting in street
No,
corners, peeing on the
never been-
ground.
I've never been there.
Me either.
And yeah,
But I will. But not for Mardi Gras. Not this year, anyways. Maybe in 2 years.
I'd love to go there. I'd love to go to New Orleans, but you know, Sarah's gonna go without me
I am.
before I've ever been.
Yes.
Yeah, it's something.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Something.
I mean, if I had feelings, I'd be hurt. Oh,
You're
I'm
so
hurt.
stupid.
I just found a feeling. Oh,
Anyways, moving on. That was all I had. Slow week for stuff happening up there.
Well, not really. It's the reboot of the year.
Yeah.
Everybody's probably all those holidays that people went through, and now they're like, we get January.
Yeah.
February's coming.
February's got 2 holidays.
No, I'm just saying that's what
I know.
like. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
what does it has?
President's and Washington's birthday.
Oh, so not really
Because
holidays.
Washington gets his
I
own.
thought you were saying Super Bowl.
Well, we're not allowed to say that.
Why?
It's a big game.
Because people are gonna listen to this.
Just kidding. Super Bowl is coming. If you're not excited about it,
Yeah, be
you
excited.
should be at our house.
We're not gonna be here.
We can talk about that still.
Oh,
Because that means you have to do a lot of driving that day.
I have to.
I mean, I could drive.
My God, have you just given up on being supportive and doing? I was like, I don't.
What?
What is happening?
Excuse me? Aka, excuse me?
Excuse me, Jahaka Loogie. What?
Supportive. I am supportive.
I know.
Who think
Otherwise,
told you your camera died?
that honestly, this camera right here. What was it? This one right here. This camera right here. If you guys are watching, this overhead camera. 15 minutes before we went live, took a huge dive.
Just fell over.
Oh my
Just
god!
gave up. I told you. It got tired.
It just went.
That was long enough.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
All right. You ready for next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out!
Woo! All right. I would like to shout out this human in front of me. Even though he complains about everything I do,
Oh my gosh!
he's still so supportive.
You are, you're a lot right now. Do you not understand how a lot you are? That's not a real sentence.
He is very
You're a lot.
supportive
Holy cow!
in the amount of things that I have to get done in a day, week, and month. And he only complains about them
I don't complain about that.
at nighttime.
I complain about the little things more than I complain about the big things.
Like what? Let's give some examples.
How you load the dishwasher.
I don't. That's all I don't do it anymore because you complain too much.
I was like, what is this?
He complains if I do load the dishwasher. If I do laundry, I can't do laundry anymore.
No.
It's not allowed.
No, you can't.
I could take the trash out.
I feel like the only person that knows how to do laundry in this house efficiently is me.
I can do great laundry.
Yeah, but
You
no.
just don't like the way I do laundry.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Because you do it wrong.
That's not true.
No, all I'm saying is that when it comes to the people that in this house that do laundry, me and you and other people, man, it's been, I'd say more often than not, right? More than 50% of the time when I move somebody's laundry from the wash to the dryer,
There's something in it.
I pull out something out of the washing machine that does not belong there.
That's true.
More than half the time.
Yeah.
We're talking from headphones. We're
Yeah.
talking from
Jewelry.
candy bars.
Yeah.
We're talking like garbage, like just 3 bags of like empty bags of chips.
Yeah.
To
Jewelry.
I think the last one was you already said that. Last one was clarinet reeds, a whole case of them.
Yeah, that was CJ.
And let's go down to the light stuff. It's like, who washes their pants with the belt on it? I'll tell you who. Everybody in this house but me.
I don't watch pants with belts.
I guess you don't wear belts.
I do.
Oh,
I
and
have
I do
one.
your laundry.
That's true.
I was like, I do your laundry.
But when
so
I
take the
do my
belt
own
off.
laundry every once in a while, I don't put belts on.
No, I was like, who washes their belt on their pants in the washing machine?
People who,
Everybody in this
who
house.
have never bought a washing machine before.
Goodness.
That's who they are.
So,
Well, you just turned my shout out into a rant. But
okay. Sorry, go ahead.
let me go back to it.
I wasn't talking.
So shout out to Scooter and CJ because I am gone quite frequently for the month of January and February, and they have not complained that much. And so I appreciate that.
Oh. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Complain that much?
Yeah,
I do.
I know.
But I don't think about that.
Yes.
About you traveling too much?
Yes.
I don't know if I complain or just like, I think the last thing I said to, what did I say? I think the last thing I said was, oh, I don't want to get used to you being gone.
Yes.
I think that's the last thing I didn't complain, but that I was being very honest.
No, I agree. I didn't say that wasn't a complaint.
Oh, because I feel like that's what I was like, I really don't want to ever get to the point where when you leave for a couple days that I'm like, this is awesome.
Mm.
You know, like, or this is good. I get my free time.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to get used to that or looking forward to that.
That makes sense.
You know,
Yeah.
I think that's where I was, because I did say that as I don't want to get used to you being gone.
This is the most you've ever explained it.
But that was fair.
That is fair.
I mean, that's all I said.
That wasn't a complaint. That
Oh.
wasn't one of them.
Okay,
No.
then it must have been something else.
Yeah.
But you're not mentioning it.
Nah. There's no need.
Why?
You want me to?
People want to know.
You want to know what the complaint was?
What was it?
So there's this thing that happens where Scooter likes to know where everyone is and what they're doing.
Mhm.
There are times in the morning where I am either so preoccupied by how many things I have to get done that day and where I'm going and what's next and where I'm going to eat food that I forget to say where I'm at. And he'll be like,
Oh.
so you're alive? Well, listen. And then he's like, you could just check in. I just need to know. And I'm like, I understand what you're saying. And I'm glad that you care. But I don't even have the space to know where I'm at right now. Like, I've done literally nothing but get in the car, get ready, and drive to this appointment.
I understand.
And then I was going to message you because usually you're not up by now.
But it's not like I'm.
You're not mean.
I just want to know that you're okay.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I think that's a normal thing.
But the way it comes out is not always kind.
It's not, a lot of times, I say, "How's it going out there?"
Yes.
Right?
Those aren't the moments.
Yeah, but if it's been like, let's say you got to a place at like 8 a.m. It's now 2 p.m. I'm like,
It's never been that long.
the last one was a long time. That last one was a big gap, and I'm like, hey, you good? Everything okay? I take it you made it.
Yeah.
The last one was
Well, that was the one where I couldn't get a car. That was different.
And
there was no words that were going to come out.
But I understand. Like, I understand the reason.
Yeah.
But guess what? I didn't know you couldn't get a car.
Right.
I didn't know that you were. I had no idea.
Yeah.
All I know is I don't know what's happening with my wife,
Right.
who just went on a plane and is in a different city, and don't know.
That's true.
Is she okay? Don't know.
Also, usually you're not up by then, so I don't always text you when I land if it's like 8 a.m.
It's pretty. That's pretty rare that you don't. Like,
I've gotten more because you've been up more.
Yeah, but you stopped doing that after a while. It's like, hey, made it. And it's usually like whoever's in the house.
Yeah.
That's pretty normal. But that day was like nothing. And I'm like, oh.
That day was chaos.
Okay. And
that's it.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. All right.
Where are we?
You could have told me that you had the stuff set aside.
We're supposed to give a shout out. Stop ranting. What's your shout out?
Let's go there. Let's go there. You being the more productive. How about this? And I wasn't going to talk about this, but when it comes to the shout out, I think we've gotten better at communicating with the other person the way the other person wants them to. Over the years.
Yes.
And I feel like we need to give ourselves a shout out for that.
It's hard.
You have
It's been hard. No. It was a hard road to get to.
I'm shaking my head.
You can shake your head. But it was a hard road because you're like, this is how I communicate, so you should communicate this way. And I'm like, no, this is how I communicate, so you should communicate this way.
And we're both right.
Yeah. And we got better.
No, it was like, we're both right. Like, I shouldn't communicate with the world like that, but with you, I should.
Yeah.
So... that was kind of my one. That's just something I was thinking about right there. But also, like last Saturday, I'm gonna get it on less of a relationship thing. Well, less of a you and me relationship thing.
Oh.
You want me to keep going?
No.
No. No, you don't. All right. Last week we brought back. I think the last time we did was 2019, 2020. Yeah, we did it in 2020 for 2019. Whatever we call, instead of like a holiday party, my community, the Time to Tabletop community, and whoever we were employing or contracting that time, I used to put together a year beginning party.
Yeah. That
happened in January. It's the potluck. We talk about what we're going to do this year and how the community is going, and we brought it back 2024. Yes, and it was, to me, small.
Yeah.
Was small. Used to be a lot bigger, but that's okay. A lot of people are still not comfortable with coming out of their house anymore. But it was really, we had the GM from one of the biggest comic book stores here in the area. We had, my lead instructor. I had a gentleman that was my first board game D&D friend that I met here that I've known for well over a decade now.
Yeah.
He was there, and a big shout out to him.
Yeah.
Because the things that dude has had to deal with in the last 10 years.
Seriously.
From ailments to losing a parent.
Yeah.
To just
life.
Just so many things.
Yeah.
And he came out to see us.
Yeah, that was
nice. I was like, that was amazing. Got to see some good people there. Got to see Will again. Got Rodney, Laura, all the group. So that was pretty dope. I really enjoyed that. We did have it at log off, of course, because they'll just set aside reserved tables for us whenever.
Awesome.
Whenever we want.
Yeah, it
was pretty rad. So that was really, really good. It just felt like was it Don't Call It a Comeback?
Yeah.
I've
been here for years.
Yeah, and it's always, and it's also like the Morpheus speech. Yeah, you should watch that. You should watch
I've seen them.
Okay. Do you remember the speech in the cave?
Yeah, I remember there was a speech in the cave.
For 200 years. And he yells out, "We are still here." That kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It was I don't think it was acted very well, but not acted very well. I don't think it was recorded very well, to be honest.
They should redo this.
No, they should not. Either you love those movies or you hate them. There's no in between.
All right, I have 2 more shout outs.
Okay, do it.
Shout out to CJ for recommending oxtail. I don't know.
We
Apparently,
haven't eaten it yet.
I know, but I haven't made it. I don't know if I've ever made it, but there's some TikTok thing going around because even Mariah's like, oh, because there's been so many like TikTok recipes for oxtail, and I'm like, wow, okay, I guess. So CJ asked if we could make it, and I found some at Costco, so that's what we're doing this weekend. So shout out for him for recommending weird food and being willing to eat whatever.
I think that's. I mean, he's also kind of the only he has nobody to argue with.
It's true.
At this point.
Yeah.
Like, he's the only kid in the house.
Yeah.
So if he has a suggestion for dinner, I was like,
Because usually,
why not?
It's like, can we have burgers? Can we have pizza?
Not all the
we
time.
have
Like,
sushi?
he actually he does actually suggest some things, but I think when everybody was a little bit younger and he had his sisters in the house, they would just shut him down.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
Right? So now it's kind of like, why not?
Yeah. That's why 3 of us. So
Let's
it's
try it.
way less expensive.
Or if he's like, I mean, because he's had his friends over a few times to make like cakes
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I was like, why not?
He did ask me when's the next time they can come over and bake. And I was like,
I don't care.
I don't know. Whatever.
I think it's a cool
Whenever
thing.
we re-up our stuff.
I think it's cool.
All right, last shout out
Uh-oh.
to the Niners fans. Woot woot, made it to the Super Bowl. Very exciting. Oh, that's not nice. It's not nice.
I forgot I left that thing on there that I
I know,
pushed
I
up
didn't
earlier.
even get it. Oh, I do have a buzzer button.
Yes.
Oh, never mind.
I gave it to you. I gave you a buzzer button.
So shout out for the Niners.
No,
and
shout out to
Super
them.
Bowl.
Yeah, I'm excited. I really did want, and it had nothing to do with not liking the Niners, but I did want the Lions to be in there.
Yeah.
Um,
Next year.
I did want the Ravens to be in there.
Yeah, not next year.
Yeah. For just friends reasons. Like, I know somebody who played on the Ravens.
Yeah.
You know, so that was a big deal. My brother's like a huge Lions fan and for like ever.
Yeah.
And just to see the progress that they've come through over this last few years, 5 years, I think it's been about 5 years. They've really come up in the ranks and stuff.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with the other team. It has to do with, I don't care if they were playing, I think even if they were playing like the Seahawks, I'd be like,
I want
I
them to win.
think I want the Lions to win,
Yeah.
you know?
Same.
So just got to say that.
But yes, I'm excited for Super Bowl. That's all. That's the end.
And the end.
That's it. All right. It is time to. Oh, you didn't finish your beer yet. I can't even say it's time to re-up our drinks. You're not
Well,
even
I was
done.
chatting.
Yeah.
What do you want to re-up?
Chatty can't. I was gonna re-up your beer and our shots while we introduce our topic.
But how are you going to introduce?
Advise me not.
So I don't understand. So what I'm hearing is you're going to drop the topic because I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You're going to drop the topic, turn the camera on me,
And leave.
walk away.
Yes.
And then I have to just
I mean, I do
vamp.
this every week at this point.
And I will say it again. I don't like it, but you do it. So
well,
do
I
it.
mean,
Okay.
I can't help
Here,
that you're not
I'm-
prepared.
Ooh, here we go. Here's my new camera. You can see.
Oh, I hate this camera.
I love this camera.
I look.
It's the top-down camera.
My hair's a mess. Just kidding.
I got a haircut.
Oh, I know. You should talk about that.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So
All right. Let's go to you. Here's you.
here's our topic.
Here's me shaking the table again.
Get my elbows off. Here's the topic because I feel like it's something that Scooter talks about a lot and me not so much. And it is
What?
about leaving a legacy.
Have we talked about that before?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Well, I mentioned it earlier and you didn't say we've already done that one.
You mentioned like 5 different subjects
It was like
at the
12.
beginning, right? While I was still sweating, trying to push buttons, and just got the final
Do you
camera
want me to
up.
pick a different one?
No, that sounds great.
Okay.
I'll talk about whatever.
So, my thought about this topic is that, first off, I need you to tell me what does that mean? Because you're big on like purpose, life, legacy. So, what does it actually mean to have and leave a legacy?
Legacy. Are you re-upping?
Oh, yeah. You ready?
All right.
Well, I can't re up while you're writing because you don't say any words.
I wrote legacy on the piece of paper, so I remember what we're
Jason
talking about.
Bourne.
All right. So you want me to define legacy?
Define what legacy means to you.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Here, I'm going to push my thing there. Legacy, what it means to me. I have this big, I may have mentioned this before. I want to leave an impression in humanity, in the world. I don't want to save the world. I mean, I do. I'm not the person to save the world, but maybe I can play a part in it. The concept with me when it comes to legacy, I want for people to not remember my name, but remember or their life to be better because of something I did. Or remember that there was somebody that did a thing and that's why we get to do this. My name is not, honestly, my name being in books and stuff like that is not that important to me. But making real change that might not ever make it into a book, feel like that's important. And I feel like we can do that as a community more than we do it all by ourselves, right? And I feel like this might be a little controversial. What'd you run into?
Just a wall.
Okay, at least you didn't run into a camera. It's fine. So what I'm looking at is like, this might be a little controversial, but realistically, and I'm a white guy saying this, but what did Rosa Parks really do?
Oh, I mean, have you watched Barbershop?
Yes.
Then you know what she did.
But
Rosa Parks ain't did nothing but sit her black down.
yes.
That would be.
And that's what, but all I'm saying is on the level of what we can do to change humanity and do stuff, your name doesn't need to be remembered, because I guarantee you she's not the only person that did it.
Right.
Right. So understand the need for that person, for somebody to be recognized, for somebody to make the change.
Yeah.
I totally understand that. Let's not get crazy and say that that's not, and that wasn't important. Okay. Let's not be stupid. What I'm saying is most of the change that happens was the people after Rosa Parks, after her name, who actually did something to change the whole system.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Those people, you don't even know their name.
Sure.
Right? And it's kind of like the people behind the scenes, the people that the producers, the people that are turning knobs, the one that, I mean, because there's like, I can't remember the guy's name, but there was like, when it comes to 2010s metal, like there's a reason why a lot of it had the same mix. But there was like 10 different bands that did so great.
Yeah.
They had the same producer. Let's go back to the early 90s with music. There's a guy named Bob Rock who he produced so many albums. He's the one that put Metallica on the map because of his producing skills. It's like, hey, you got to look at it that way. There's so, but who knows about Bob? Who knows Bob Rock?
I thought you said Bob Ross at first.
Bob Rock.
Everybody knows.
Right? But, I mean, even if you don't listen to metal, you know the name Metallica.
Yeah.
But they got put on the map because of, I mean, maybe they had gone on the map for something else. So I'm not a hater of Metallica, one of my favorite bands of all time, just not recently. Okay. So you got to look at it that way. I was like, I'm trying to say is like that to me, that's a legacy. To me, that is, you've changed something. You've changed the industry for the better. You've changed humanity for the better. You've changed a business practice for the better. And it's changed the way people do so many things.
Yeah.
And look at life and look at, it could be just in your job. That's what I mean by leaving a legacy. That's just me.
So I feel like we're taking the shot first and then I'll talk.
Oh.
Salut. One more time. You're so weird.
I like that.
I know. You can't talk and drink things.
It's like I'm smoking again.
Oh, gosh. So I feel like when it comes to leaving a legacy, I think of it more of like, when I'm not there anymore, like even if I am, what thing reminds my family and friends of me? Not people I don't know. Not like, oh, she was really good in this industry and she did these things. Like that part, I'm like, yeah, maybe. But I'm always like, what will people think, or how will they view me when I'm not around?
Is that, to me, that's not legacy, but that's, I mean,
What is it then? To me, that's a legacy.
I don't know. I don't know what it'd be called. I mean, help me out. If anybody, like leaving, like, I feel like it's like leaving a mark or leaving,
What's the difference?
I don't know. Legacy to me means you change things forever.
But you may have, but I just think of it in a small circle. Like I don't think of it affecting change.
Look at me, block. Every time I do this, like,
It's
look at
so
me forever.
bright. I just don't think of it as like you have to change the world or a big group to leave a lasting legacy. Like it could just be. I think about
I
the
agree.
things. I think about my mom. That's why I think, and that's what completely changed my thought about what a legacy was. Because before I was like, who cares about a legacy? I don't care. But then I think about like how much mom has changed us, and then how much we've taken what she's changed in us to change our kids, and then hopefully they take some of that and always have the moments of like, oh, Grandma Jackie, blah 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 blah. And to me, that's like the lasting legacy that I think of.
I
And
agree.
how do I make those moments and those memories that people around me will be like, oh my gosh, if Sarah was here, she would be doing this. And to me, that's what a legacy
Kind of
would
like
be.
a, what would Sarah do?
Yeah.
In good and in like not just like morality sense.
Yes. No.
Um,
If you're sitting at an airport bar and be like, Sarah would have a shot. Sarah would have a shot. Let's go get one. Like those things. There's music on. Sarah would want. We should go dance. If Sarah's here, we'd be dancing right now.
And you know what? I now I see where you're saying what legacy. That maybe there's just different ways of leaving a legacy. But some of the funnest things that I've heard is when like a friend of mine or an old friend of mine will reach out to me and say, I went out and did this and I channeled my inner Scooter.
Right.
I've heard that probably maybe 5 times in my life from like 5 different people.
Yeah.
And when that happens, I'm like, what'd you do? Because like, what stage of my life are you channeling?
Right.
But it was like some people, it was like going out and talking to a girl or talking and trying to go out on a date, or they haven't been out in a long time, so they went dancing.
Yeah.
It was like, and to me, because I was realistically, I was such an introvert that I had to figure out how to be an extrovert.
Yeah.
And I think over the years, I'm becoming more of an extrovert than an introvert.
Agreed.
I'm finding that I need that in my life. And I feel like I was channeling my own inner whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I wasn't looking for an example. I was just like, I got to do something different. So maybe, yeah. But I also feel like it doesn't have to be my inner Scooter or my inner Sarah. It could be like, after a while, that should be your inner you.
Right.
And I feel like maybe that's the legacy part. Maybe that's the legacy.
Like the whole journey is.
But I think maybe that's where I talk about that's what a legacy is like you do it in homage of that person, but you do it after a while, it's just who you are now.
Right.
So it's not like I'm doing this because Sarah would.
Yeah.
It's more like I do this now.
Right.
This is what I do.
Yeah. But the cool thing is like when somebody, because there's moments when people are like, how did you become that way? Like what about you made you change to be this? And even then, those are the moments where you still look back and be like, oh, it's because of this person.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are moments right now where I think about the first job I ever had was at a construction company, and the amount of people that I've tried to help because of the way that somebody helped me, the legacy that they left on me, like my boss and his son and that whole company, that what they left on, like imprinted on me, makes me want to do what they did for other people.
Yeah.
And to me, that's their legacy, that I have for them.
Imprinted on you.
Right.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think the question is, when you say like a quote or something like a mantra, let's say a mantra that you live by, not live by, but strive to live by.
Yeah.
Do you remember where they came from?
No. I only have one.
You have one mantra?
Yeah.
I have many, but my biggest is don't be a dick. But I was like, I read that on a freaking Twitter No, it wasn't Twitter. It was on Twitch Rules. Like Twitch Rules. Like
guess I have more
the
than
first one says, "Don't be a dick."
No, I think there's only one that I don't remember where it came from.
Yeah. So I was like,
That's true.
I know where some of the. I mean, some of them that were read in other books than somebody said them to me, because I've said the kind of I've done the, what is it, paving a parking lot story.
Yeah.
That's kind of a mantra. You know that story?
Yes.
Right. Have I said it on here before?
Probably not.
It's kind of like the whole point of, if you own a paving a parking lot company, that's what you do.
Okay.
And you got a contract, you go to pave that parking lot, right?
Mhm.
Well, the people that you hired to go pave the parking lot don't show up. You got to pave the parking lot.
Right.
I don't know why it was a parking lot thing, but but I do know why it was a parking lot thing, because it was explained to me by a guy named Mike McLaren. And he was my store manager at Home Depot back in the day. One of the worst jobs I've ever had in my life, and I'd stayed there 9 years.
That you said before.
But there are some. Teresa was amazing as my assistant manager. She was my boss. And then I became like an area manager. But Mike McLaren was my store manager. Like, he was my supervisor. So realistically, in Home Depot, I learned so much at Home Depot, not because of how it was run,
Yeah.
but how it wasn't run.
Right.
Right. But there's those people really showed me what it meant to be part of a team, even though they were considered my quote unquote boss.
Yeah.
Right. So he's the one that said that story. I've heard the vanilla ice cream Rocky Road story from him. And I was like, I think you read that somewhere, but totally makes sense. You know?
Yeah.
I have quoted my dad before, but I'm pretty sure he's taken that from somewhere.
Yeah.
Or, which is totally fine. It doesn't matter at that point. It doesn't matter who said it to you. And I think that's where I was trying to say. It was like, it doesn't matter who was setting that example or who said that to you. It's left a mark on you, and it's changed you or multiple people or a community or a society in a manner that somebody left a legacy here.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I feel like I need to leave a legacy. I just don't know what it's going to be yet.
Yeah. But are you trying to leave a legacy, or are you just living life?
No, I'm living life.
Because sometimes I feel like you're trying to leave a legacy.
How?
By trying to save the world.
I'm not going to save the world.
But that's like to me, to have a goal that big is like you want to you want to be remembered.
I want to save the world one person at a time.
Yeah.
Right, because superheroes can save the world, but then danger happens the next day too.
Right.
So if you're teaching society that a superhero is always going to show up and save the day, well, then society gets lazy.
That's true.
If you have a real Superman in society, people are going to get lazy.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
We've seen this before.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where I'm coming to the point of I want people to think for themselves. So if I can give them the tools to do that, and then they can have a bigger tool belt to do that in life, then I feel like I left a legacy.
Yeah. Do you think that you even get to determine your legacy?
No.
It's like somebody else's viewpoint of you determines what your legacy is. And if you had like one bad impression on them, then your legacy for them is never going to, it's going to exist, but it doesn't mean it's going to be good, because legacies aren't good or bad. It's a viewpoint from somebody. I
don't feel like if it's a lasting impression and it does something positive, but I don't think, because my dad is way far from perfect.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's left a legacy.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's way far from perfect.
Yeah.
So he's made a lot of mistakes. So if he made a mistake, that means that legacy's gone?
No, what I'm saying is the legacy that he has from somebody who he's affected in a negative way, it's still a legacy. Like, to them, there's a lasting impression that he made on them that may not be in a positive way. But their legacy and viewpoint of what they think of him and their impression on him isn't yours. It doesn't affect you. So It's interesting how, like, Like,
So-
I think about parents. We'll go with parents. Woof. Like, even go with my dad, right? My dad, the legacy my dad has had and the impression he's left on so many students is bananas, right? As a teacher, as a principal, so impactful. As a coach, like, so impactful. Seriously, people still remember Coach Johnson and Mr. Johnson, like, so much. But there are definitely people along the way where they're just like, oh, friggin' Mr. Johnson was such an a-hole. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that weird.
So is the people that say he was an a-hole, is that a legacy?
Yeah, it
I just
still
don't-
is.
Because I've never looked at legacy being negative, to be honest. So maybe I'm wrong. Like I could.
I don't know now. Not
Oh,
that you said it out loud. I don't know.
I don't. Now, with that, now you said it, I've never even thought of it that
Yeah.
way. You know, because
'Cause
there.
Think about like the crazy thing is he's been my grandpa my whole life, but nobody ever called him grandpa, right? He was Lamar. And Lamar's legacy on every grandkid in that family is negative. Every single one. No, I don't know a single grandkid on that side of the family who would tell you something positive about Lamar. And to me, that is a legacy. It's not a good one. But it's still,
That makes sense.
his legacy on us was like, I don't ever want to be that. I want to do something better.
Oh, that's a whole nother like. Just somebody can inspire you because you do something in spite of them.
Right.
Like doing things out of spite can be inspiring.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was getting at.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I was like, and it also, some people that you only spend a short season in their life, you could leave a legacy the rest of their life.
Yes.
Because they don't know, they don't remember, they don't know where you're at, they don't know where you came from. All
Yeah.
they know is they knew you for like a year
Yeah.
in a certain point in their life where they needed that.
Yes.
And you were there for that.
Yeah.
That's a legacy.
Agreed.
Like, because I think there's like 2 or 3 kids still in Natomas that still call me coach.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I coached 4th and 5th grade, like soccer and flag football. Haphazardly, too. I didn't show up to really show them any skills. I just showed up so that they wouldn't
Fight.
beat each other up, right? Because that's the kind of schools we have. So that they would just work together and actually throw and catch a ball or kick and maybe score something. And I
Yeah.
also had to ward off drunk parents.
Right.
You know, those kind of things. I just did that for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Just did that maybe 2.5 years, whatever it was. But yeah, whatever I did. And there's still some of those kids. This was 4th, 5th grade. This is CJ's
CJ's
age.
4th, 5th grade.
Yeah, so we're talking they're juniors now.
Yeah.
And I will run into them at the high school every once in a while because we have kids in there. And they'll call me coach.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Or Mr. Scooter.
yeah, Mr. Scooter. I was like, hey, coach. I was like, I'm about to go play this thing. And I was like, hey, coach. And I'm like, I haven't seen this kid in like 2 years. But he still walks up to me and calls me coach. So I left a legacy in that human's life.
Right.
By doing or saying something for maybe a day,
Right.
maybe a week.
Yeah.
Maybe I was there when he needed me or whatever.
Yeah.
So no, I wasn't trying to.
Yeah.
I just like, hey, if I don't coach these kids for these 2 years, they're not going to have a program.
Right.
Right. They're going to get in more fights. I work in the school, so I want to get to know these kids. Right. And also they're paying me to do it. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
You should do that again.
No. No.
Why not, coach?
Because I would pick up a kid by the, what do they call it? The
Scruff.
of their neck and pick them up and go, what are you doing?
No, you wouldn't.
I've done it.
You would not.
I've done it and almost got fired. I actually picked up a kid from the back.
That's what I'm saying. That's different. That kid was losing his mind. That was way
and
different.
picked him up like this because he was beating another kid
Right.
with a freaking milk carton basket.
That's
a milk
not the
basket.
same thing, but picking a kid by the scruff.
I just did. I was like,
2 different things.
and I got in trouble.
I know. But you would never do that.
What? By the scruff?
Yeah, you wouldn't do it.
I didn't mean like by his actual neck, by his shirt.
You wouldn't do that either.
I picked the kid up from around.
That's not the same.
What's the difference? That's worse.
No, it's not. That's control.
I'm like hugging a kid. I was like, what are you doing hugging a kid? Weirdo.
This is confusing because I don't know what time it is.
What do you mean?
My timer's gone.
Well, there's a clock on the iPad.
But it's not the same. I can't see like the seconds.
No, I'm just saying the iPad, like by default, has the time on
It's
it.
not the same.
So I took off. This is what happened. I took off her time button from
miss it.
her push thing. She hated it because it was off all the time, right? And there's also a clock on her iPad. So I was like, okay, she doesn't like that. It's kind of distracting. I'll give her more buttons. So I took that off today. And now that's also the wrong thing to do.
Yes, it is. Well, do you have anything else to talk about legacies? That's all I had to talk about legacies.
Really?
Well, okay. Yeah, because I mean, we talked about what it is. How do you determine it? Can you determine it?
Let's talk
What do you
about-
want yours to be?
Well, I mean, let's
We didn't talk
go a
about-
little bit. Like, what legacies have been left in your life? Let's go through that.
Good or bad?
It's gonna be we want to probably concentrate on the good because the bad ones I don't keep as legacies,
Oh, I do.
and maybe I do because I do things in spite of.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of stuff in my life. I was talking to my hairdresser actually today because she's is it a millennial? Yeah, she's like Ariel's age.
Yeah.
I think she's like
Well, I guess.
28, 29.
Mhm.
But it was kind of the concept of, because she says, yeah, my mom's a Gen X. And I was like, yeah, me too. I was like, we kind of raised ourselves and that kind of thing. It was like, I feel like Gen X found a way to do things in spite of their life, right? Like they saw this example. So I was like, I don't need to be a part of that. And, I did say that to her and she goes, yeah, everybody forgets about Gen X. Like people mention boomers. They talk about Gen Z, Gen Y. They talk about Gen
Millennials.
Alpha, millennials.
What's Gen Alpha?
That's like I think it's the current one.
Oh, okay.
The current, sit on the couch and everybody's gonna be YouTube star.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah, it was just kind of like I think Gen X is kind of just forgotten.
Huh.
And I didn't realize that until multiple people from other generations have said it. It was like,
What am I?
you're considered a millennial,
I'm too old for that.
but you're born on like right on the cusp of the end of Gen X.
I'm Gen X. Except for
You have a Gen X personality.
I didn't raise myself.
No, but you have a Gen X. To me, and not to put people in boxes or in holes or whatever, but because that's illegal. But Gen X is kind of the self-sufficient, raised, figured it out on your own, worked hard, did the best to correct what your parents did kind of attitude.
See, I feel like my mom messed that up for us. As Gen X,
She didn't mess
Gen
it up
Z.
for you.
Right,
She
Gen
was
Z.
just a better
No,
parent.
but that's what I'm saying. That like the vibe, the Gen Z, Gen X. What are you?
Gen X.
Gen X. That vibe of like we raised ourselves and no one was home when we got home from school and blah blah blah. I think about my brother who's like not that far from your age.
Yeah,
No,
he's
my mom.
5 years younger than me.
My mom was always there. There's
Yeah.
always food. There was stuff that we needed. There was
But she's an exception to the rule.
yes.
And realistic, because she's the boomer generation, right? Like
Yeah.
what? She's born in the 40s.
47.
Okay, so she's right after like World War II.
Yeah.
Is literally what's called the boomers.
Yes.
Even if it had nothing to do with the war, that's just the years. Right. And my dad was in the 40s. Like,
I think it was the same year.
was it?
Yeah.
Like he's very similar in age.
Yeah.
So he's considered a boomer also, but he's from Canada, so they weren't even in the war. But it's irrelevant. It's a generation thing. So yeah, I think she was also weren't you guys in California?
Yes.
California is a whole different. It's just a whole southern mid California is a whole different mindset than the rest of the country.
I also appreciate that she could have went and worked,
Yeah.
right? We could have made it work to where the kids got home, they took the bus home from school, they figured out life. And it probably financially they could have been like, it's going to be so much easier because my mom was a nurse before she had kids. It's like she could have been a nurse the whole time and like done something different. But they like made the choice to be like, no, we're going to like not have as many things so that you're staying home
Right.
with the gajillion kids you guys have. Just kidding. And like, I don't know. I just think it's awesome. I mean, to me, to me, when I think legacy, because you talk about positive influences.
She did it before Gen X did it, because Gen X was kind of your first generation of it's okay for the guy to stay home. Not the saying was common,
right?
But there was it was the beginning of it's okay.
Yeah.
And it's also, it's okay for not to make as much money so you can see your kids, be around your kids. It was the beginning of it. Millennials, I feel like, almost mastered it.
Yeah.
I think the millennial
They're
generation,
taking it too far. Being at home with your kid all the time, that's too much.
no, I'm just saying,
kidding.
but
Just kidding.
millennials did it well.
Yeah.
But I'm saying after millennials is kind of like, okay, bro.
Yeah.
You got to go to work.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything can't be remote.
Yeah, you have to set an example for your kids so that your kids can, because after millennials, like the kids after kind of like go to work.
Right. Like, why?
Like,
you guys just stay home all day. No. We work from here.
well, they didn't see the years of, it's kind of like, you know, so.
But yeah, so mom definitely is my like positive lasting legacy. Even my Aunt Gwen, who's like was a mess. Aunt Gwen, like a mess. Like never truly had a job for very long. Never really, I don't know. She was flighty, right? She wasn't very like roots type of person. But the one thing I will say that I will always remember is like she had one of the best senses of humor. Like just to make jokes about things that you wouldn't even think are funny, and then she would tell a story and it's just hilarious. And that outgoing personality of like, because she used to do so much stage work, like being on stage and plays and all these things. I'm like, I have never other than my going to see her plays and one musical have been to theater. The only time I've ever been to theater was to watch my aunt Gwen on stage. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only time I've ever been.
That's insane that you don't like art.
I do like art. Just not enough to make an effort.
Seriously. Like, I feel like you never saw a concert before we got together.
No.
Like, going out to see that kind of stuff was like, you have to. But
it didn't seem like
you're from California. I'm from Montana.
But
like,
it wasn't a priority for me.
Because it was always around you.
No, because I don't know, it just wasn't a thing. Madero didn't have a ton of live music, which is where I grew up. And then when I went to Fresno, which was bigger, we did. Like, Becca and I would go do things, but I don't count it. Like, we saw E40 once in a club, and it was garbage. So I was like, I don't count that as live music. He was live,
Ouch.
but it was, if Becca's in there right now, she'll tell you, it was hot trash. Homie was like 2 hours late. He went on for like one song, and I'm like, we paid money for this. This sucks. Anyways. Who left a lasting legacy on you? Positive. Positive vibes only.
A legacy.
Okay, I had one more. Really, it's all my aunts. Why is that? It's like all the old women in my family.
Well,
and my uncle Britt too, though.
Okay, so you're not done. Keep going.
My Uncle Britt's the best. Like, I love my uncles. Obviously, I love all my uncles. But Uncle Britt would literally hang out with like all of us, and there was 5 of us, and would like take us to go and watch the airplanes land at like at Santa Barbara Airport, and then we would go to like the original Habit Burger and get burgers. He was, I don't know, I just have a very kind family. Like, I feel like that's what I want people remember, to be like, oh, Sarah was so kind. That's what I want. That's all. Your turn.
So you are kind.
Sometimes.
No, you're more. You're kinder than most people that I've ever met in my whole life. Like, are you the kindest person I've ever met? Probably. Actually, now that I was gonna say no, but I was like, probably. So yeah, I feel like your legacy will probably be like, choose kindness first. I mean,
nice.
even if you're, how do I say, even if you're abrupt, is that abrupt?
Yeah.
Or you're
stern.
Yeah. Kindness is always first.
Oh, that's
right?
Nice. I try.
No, so I don't think you understand how much something that happened earlier today that irked me when one of our children said,
Yeah.
you know, they came to you and said, what'd they say that what was it?
They wanted me to talk to them like I was a normal mom,
Yeah.
not like a business mom.
Yeah. She said, can you just talk to me like a normal mom? And I was like,
It's like I felt like I was.
oh my God. Like the back of my neck was on fire when she told me this story. Because I was like, you want a normal mom? If you got a normal mom, your ass would be out on the street if you want a normal mom.
No.
Yeah. A normal, like you're talking the atypical normal mom. How many kids have we had at this house that have
That's
been
true.
kicked out of their house because they're not even as lazy as that person?
That's true.
Okay. So, you
Not
want to,
lazy.
I'm just, okay.
Rude.
Again, you're saying kindness first.
I-
You're leading with kindness. But if you want a normal mom, you wouldn't be getting the things you got.
It's true.
Paid for college, a car that's given to you. You know, I just tried to gave you a job. You chose to quit. You want a normal mom?
Just think it wasn't
Yeah.
good words. She
Yeah.
could have chosen better words.
Yeah, I was sitting there like, you want a normal mom? Yeah. I'll give you a normal mom.
We're choosing positive. What's your legacy?
I was just like, I was heated. And for me to not say something is a big step for me.
I agree. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
But good God. So, legacies on me, like people. I mean, Mike McLaren, like I have to mention Mike McLaren because he was also like, we didn't hang out, but he treated me like a friend.
That's nice.
Even though he had to fire me. I think that's been on here too.
Yeah.
He did actually have to fire me. And I was okay with it coming from him.
Yeah.
Coming from the guy that was sitting next to him, the loss prevention guy, I was like, you can kick rocks, bro. Like, I still don't, I think he had like Billy Bob was his name, or Leroy
Billy
Jones,
Bob.
or
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah. It's like, it just felt like, who are you? Like, I know your fiance and you're a douche. There's a whole story behind that. I think I've said it on this podcast, but being fired by him, like, I got it. I was like, okay, I could take that. That's the only time I've ever been fired in my whole life.
You fired or laid off?
No, fired.
Mm.
I've been not even laid off before.
Oh, crazy.
No, I've been fired.
Yeah.
But the laid off, there was one where they were closing down. This has been on this podcast before. They closed down the location that I was at, and they offered me to go to a different location. And I go, in my mind, I'm going, I'm way too punk rock for that.
Yeah.
But I'm also going, I'm not going to go sell furniture.
Right.
You know, when I was literally selling custom wheels and tires to like strippers, gang members, drug dealers, I was like, and this was a legit business.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love this job. That was one of my favorite jobs my whole life, was rent to own custom wheels and tires to the riffraff, the Samoans I got to know, the members of Hell's Angels I got to know, because they own cars too.
Right.
Just it was like some of the coolest things I've ever experienced. And then they're like, we're going to shut down this location and you can go sell furniture. And I'm like, oh, hell no. And that's when I was like, I'm going to go work for Apple. That's why I went to work for Apple. So another Mike, actually, Mike Little, probably. He's one of those guys. He was the owner's right-hand man, kind of guy. And I was the store manager at that time, and I worked right on him. So I think I've said this on this too. I stayed an extra month working for that company to help him shut it down and clear it out and stock all the stuff and get rid of it. So only for him, because it was a mad respect.
Yeah.
So him, my dad in certain aspects.
Right.
There's only, work ethic. there's some work ethic that I think I've learned from my dad. A lot of other stuff is like hit and miss,
Yeah.
you know. Definitely not his communication style. Not my thing.
Yeah.
I'd have to say Bailey and Ariel have left a legacy in my life.
Yeah.
Like just the way that they do things not completely different than me, but how they have found to pick out the good things in what their parents did and use those and then leave out the bad ones.
Yeah.
I think that's inspiring, and I think that's going to leave a legacy, leaves a legacy in my life too. Yeah. I think those would be the.
When you said Mike, you reminded me of another one. Mike Pistoresi was my first boss at the construction company.
Pit rest?
Pistoresi.
Pissed who?
Pistoresi.
Pissed on my what?
Hey, that's not nice.
Pissed.
No.
Pissed arrest.
Anyways, so Mike and Philip, that was his son.
Ah.
And again, the fact that they hired me when I was in high school, as like I was just there as like a after school file paper kind of person, and then they took me on afterwards, and then the care and love that they gave for me when I found out I was having a kid, when I was so scared to tell them. I was just as scared to tell them I was pregnant as I was to tell my dad. Like that's how
bro.
much I was like I love and appreciated and like love feared them. But the things that they taught me and the chances that they gave me, which they totally did not have to, and as long as they kept me on, and then when the housing market crashed, they let me go. But even then, I wasn't mad. I was sad because I was like, this is the best job I've ever had. But they let me hire on Becca and train her. Like they were just the nicest people. They let me go in on Wednesdays, and I was like, hey, can I come in on Wednesdays? And like me and my mom would go in and we would make waffles and eggs and hash browns for everybody in the office. And they're like, sure. We would go in the break room in the morning and just spend our time in making food for people.
Isn't that the coolest?
It was the best.
Like, and I have to say, like, I mean, it's so long ago, but like the Home Depot that I worked at, it was the Tacoma Home Depot, Tacoma, Washington, which was it was rough. People were at gunpoint. And, there was a lot of stuff that happened at that Home Depot. But realistically, and when Mike took over that store, we could barbecue our own burgers in the back by receiving, back where the freight came in. We'd have that old aisle there, and we could have our own food back there. We were making hot dogs, burgers, and we had like a 45-minute to an hour lunch, and we could go back there and do that. His store meetings were less about giving us numbers, but we do like karaoke, and him and I did like an Elvis karaoke battle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, like, so my inspiration of those kind of things as somebody who owns a business, that kind of my inspiration of, even though he didn't own the business, but you can be a wild little cowboy doing something you're not really supposed to do. And this was like in the 90s.
Yeah.
You're talking about like before like Google, Amazon, and all that stuff.
We're doing this stuff. Yeah, exactly.
It was like they were doing this like crazy, like karaoke and barbecue burgers when you're not supposed to do that in a building.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no license for that. You can get in serious trouble.
They would do martini Fridays, even though I wasn't old enough. I didn't get any. They didn't give me alcohol. I didn't drink, actually.
This dude was doing exports under the what do they call it? Off the books. He was doing like exports to Russia off the books and using vodka as like he'd have vodka in his truck. Really high-end Russian vodka, because he would go have meetings with Russians on like a monthly basis to do exports out of Home Depot.
Okay. Seems shady.
It was. But that's why, I mean, even when that store was doing poorly, they're like, we got to keep it afloat because their exports are very high.
Right.
That's literally why they stayed afloat. They were going to shut down the store. Yeah, I was like, so it's like, it is shady to a sense.
No. It just sounds shady.
What's the difference between doing a martini lunch?
It wasn't a lunch. It was after work.
Okay, but having a business meeting over martini or having a business meeting over vodka, what's the difference?
Nothing. It wasn't the vodka part. It was so the exports were like legit exports.
Yes.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
But
The
they
way
were
you said it sounded like they weren't.
no. What I was saying, they were off the books, like the meetings and the deals and all
The
that kind of stuff.
meeting. Okay,
The meetings and the deals were off the books, and then they do the export.
got it. That's fine.
I believe very
normal.
strongly in that kind of stuff. I was like, we've forgotten how to do that.
Yeah.
We have forgotten how to do martini lunches or.
I know how.
No.
Just kidding.
I'm gonna die.
Oh gosh. So dramatic. So I will say my last one.
Almost died.
Inspiration, legacy would have to be my dad. And
sure.
it's the thing about, because I don't have this in me. Like, I want to help people, but my dad's ability to want to help people is like,
Uncanny.
it is, woo, it's up there. Like,
Yeah.
his ability to want to help every single person, not just want to help. He finds a way to help so many people, like for forever. If you hear anybody talk about him, it's never, I mean, other than his children, it's very rare that it's like in a negative light. It's always like, oh man, your dad's the best, or coach did this, or like the amount of people he has found to be able to help and put them onto a better path is bananas.
So I mean, because I agree with you 1,000%, and I've only known him for what, 12 years?
Yeah.
It's been about that. And every time that I've ever spoken to this human being, it's a very inviting. He's inspired by what I do. I'm inspired by what he does. It's kind of, we share stories, good, bad, ugly, whatever. So perspective wise, you have his kids that look at him as like not a great dad. You have
All the time.
a lot of your siblings consider him not a good dad, but it's also what do they call it, when it's frozen in time,
Snapshot.
a snapshot.
Yeah.
So a snapshot of somebody's life is not who that person is,
Right.
and I feel like that's where people get so hung up on their parents being a bad parent.
Yeah.
Because it's a snapshot of their life. A snapshot of when Scooter was stupid drunk and made a lot of bad decisions and cheated on his wife. I mean, let's go. Right?
Not me.
Well, right. But realistically,
Yeah.
only one of them I did. It was not you. There's
That's
two others.
good.
There's two others. It was the middle one. It was the second one, and she knows. I mean, she knows. It was her. But the other two, first, not even close. But that's a snapshot.
Right.
If somebody's going to hold that as a snapshot of your whole life, I've been alive for 50 years. So that 1 year of my life that I was going through such a bad season and things were so poor mentally, emotionally, financially, everything. That's what defines me for the rest of my life.
Right.
If you want to define somebody by a snapshot in their life, you're a bad person. You're just a bad person. My father, when I was 15,
Right.
did this.
Well, you're 40, so.
You're 40 years old.
Yeah.
It's like now it's your problem. Like they've moved on, they've worked through it.
Right.
They got better. You did not.
Yeah.
You got stuck.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like legacy stuff like that, so I feel like that's the snapshot that I don't know where I was going with that. Had to do with legacies, and I don't know where the segue went. I should take more notes.
See?
But
the week.
no, realistically, that's so important to me. It's like don't take a snapshot of somebody's life and that's who they are the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Even though our kids in this house think that's how I feel about them.
Yes.
You know, it was like a snapshot of you're always going to be. It's like, no, like you were a jerk off for a full year. That doesn't mean you have to be the rest of your life, or I think you are the rest of your life. Good God.
Yeah.
Could you, I mean, the things that human beings have said to me or my children have said to me, or I was like, if I'm going to harbor that, is it harbor?
Yep.
If I'm going to harbor that for the rest of my life, that's on me.
Yes.
I'm like, move on.
Yeah.
But leaving a legacy, your dad I feel like it reminded me of that story that you told me about your dad. Reminded me of also the same story. I think it was it Trevor Noah and Kevin Hart. That conversation kind of gave me that same feeling of leaving a legacy for the world, right? And doing all these things for the world. How's your family doing?
Right. Yep.
Are they part of this?
Yeah.
Are you checking in with them? But as you're trying to do it for the world, but it was like, did you show up to a basketball game?
Right.
When was the last time you saw your kids besides a TikTok video?
Yep.
So to dive into that, I was like, you should watch the interview. I think it's an interview with Trevor Noah and Kevin Hart, because they're two completely different human beings that have two completely different perspectives on what it means to leave a legacy.
Yes. It's a really good episode. Did you listen to it?
No.
Oh, so good.
The way you explained it to me, I was like, I feel like that's two completely different, and they're both right.
Right.
And they're both wrong at the same time.
Right.
Right? It
Yeah.
was like, so it's a matter of perspective and the snapshots of where your life is.
So good. All right, well that's legacies. Then we did it.
We did what?
We talked about it.
We advised you on nothing.
It's true.
If anybody's still out there,
You guys want to watch us play a game now?
we have a top-down camera.
Just so we can use Scooter's top-down camera?
No, we don't
He
have to use
spent
it.
hours.
No.
Sorry, he spent days
Weeks. Weeks.
just so we could
This
show
started,
you guys.
I mean,
do
realistically,
this.
this started the middle of January. No, we don't have to do this. I mean, if we're playing a game.
I forgot to plug it in.
Well, I also have like a permanent plug over there so that her iPad never goes out. I've set up this thing so like so the talent can show up and just try not to shake the table. But she's shaking it. Look at me. I've adapted. I'm not even touching the table.
You don't see that you shake the table.
No, I don't.
No, you do shake it.
Oh, I do, but I don't see it.
Oh. Your camera.
Well, I was trying to figure out stabilization.
Okay, we're going to play
And-
one round of one game and then we're done. Because we're almost at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
It's bedtime.
Oh my gosh.
I have to do taxes tomorrow.
Okay.
What do you want to try?
And what do you mean try?
What do you want to play?
Lyrically,
80s game?
The lyric one. No, I feel like we should go.
80s, 90s.
I ask you 80s questions. You ask me 90s questions.
Oh, for flip's sake.
Yeah, I think that's more fun.
Is anybody on the chat that can help me? Because I'm not good at 80s. Let me get him.
I just feel like that'd be fun. Like, I'm going to be bad at it. You're going to be bad at it. Let's play a game that's bad. We're bad at.
I see 80s. Where's 90s?
I feel like also Sarah like kicked my camera or something.
Why?
I don't know why. Why would you kick my
Let me
camera?
look off.
You're off.
You're off. Oh, my hair is so bad today. I look like Sonic.
Ugh. All right, get it situated
Curly hair, I tell you.
and talk while you're doing it.
Oh, why? You have to go pee, don't you?
No.
Oh, where you going? He's leaving. Something's happening.
Sarah, this is
His hair looks
You want to
crazy.
keep the magic, then. Mhm.
Oh, okay. So Scooter decided last week we played lyrically correct 90s and 2000s hip hop. And then Scooter decided it wasn't fair. So he bought the 80s lyrically correct version. So for all of you,
Has nothing to do about fairness. I thought it was funny that I didn't know 90s stuff, so I thought I would ask her the 80s stuff. Do you see what I'm saying?
am I doing this backwards?
Yeah, I'm asking you the 80s stuff, the
That's my
stuff you
bad.
don't know,
Got it.
and you're asking me the stuff I don't know.
I did do it backwards.
Yeah, of course you did.
Or I was just trying to cheat. Whatever. There you go.
Yeah.
I fixed it.
I just thought that was funny. It'd be funny that way.
All right.
But look, this is what I did. Let's see if I can do this. Whoa! Look at that film there. Like our tables there.
Keyboard. Fuck,
Look
it's
at
dark.
hello. You know what? Her complaints about how she's been complaining about how the camera looks, and then I go to change stuff, and she goes, "Just leave it alone." I was like, "You're the one that said it was wrong."
Did I say it was wrong?
Yeah, you said, I don't think there's enough color. That's what you said earlier.
Oh, I thought.
If you listen, I mean, if you heard her off camera, it's not the same Sarah.
What do you mean? You're
Just
saying
saying.
I'm more mean off camera?
Oh, for sure.
I I'm just as mean.
No,
I'm just about right. All right, you ready?
I'm gaslighting the crap out of you right now.
No, it's okay. I just ignore you. Okay, you want to go first or second?
Who?
Get a superstar. Can't ask you that because I just sang it. I can't remember which ones I already did. All right, you go first. And hopefully you guys can help me.
Here. Put the box over here.
Oh.
Come on now. Get together, man.
All right, ask your question.
Here.
Oh, we're not going through them?
Put it in the middle. No, you're picking up some.
Oh.
Sir, can you at least put the deck over here?
Wait, I have a
No,
weird thing
there's
in
a deck
mind.
sitting right there. You see it?
Yes.
The one that you put there? Can you put it over there? Or the other one? That's totally fine, I guess. Insanity.
So rude. All right. You can't would you ask a question already?
Oh my gosh.
I'm drinking. Real show's over. Now we're just playing games.
Yes. We are into the what? What do we call it? Yeah.
Bonus round. Why are you just staring at me?
I was flailing my hand. I wasn't just staring at you. I was flailing.
Why?
I was like motioning with my hand. I was like,
Okay,
why
ask the
not
question.
me?
Let's go.
Okay. If she's a bad mamma jamma, she's built, she's stacked, and got what else?
I don't know. Long legs.
All the curves that men like.
That's.
She's a bad mamma jamma.
I don't know that.
I pretty much I
Okay,
I
you
rock
ready?
that. We should clip that.
What was the young boy doing to Lauren's life with his words?
We already did this
I
one.
know. That's why I said I need to go through more. You didn't
He was,
let me. You're just not gonna get it.
killing him softly.
See?
She
You
was
still said it wrong.
with his fingers. He was doing something with his fingers. She was fingering.
Terrible. No. Singing her life with his words. And yes, we
Same
already
thing.
did that one. I have to go through my list. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Bobby Womack said, if you think you're lonely now, then wait until when?
I break your heart. I break your legs.
Tonight.
That's the answer is tonight?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Just wait. You think you're lonely now? Wait till tonight.
Okay, ready? I don't know this one.
I'm
so.
ready. I'm sitting right across from you.
According to Deborah Cox, who was supposed to be here? Her man, her family, God, nobody.
Nobody.
Do you even know that song?
No.
I
But it
think
made
so.
more sense.
Here.
Oh, here we go.
Here you go.
Where's mine? Oh.
Heavens.
Heavens. Mine is in the heavens. Rockwell always felt like somebody's watching him. And he had no what?
The options?
Yeah, you do.
I knew it.
A, privacy. B, freedom. C, control. D, security.
Freedom.
Wrong. It's privacy.
What song is that?
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Yeah.
I got no privacy. Oh. That's literally how it goes. Well, literally, that's the song. It was sung way more in tune
Woo.
because that was Michael Jackson, actually. Did you know that?
No.
He sang the backup part.
Beyonce's happiest moments weren't complete if what?
If Scooter wasn't her boo.
Oh, it's so close.
Super close.
He wasn't by her side.
Same.
Not the same.
Same thing.
Not the
Same thing. I get the points.
No. So
Same
far,
thing.
So far, we've had 0-0.
Same thing.
You ready?
Okay, I'm trying to give you something that you might know.
Same.
Oh, here's a good one. If
Okay.
you don't know this one, come on. Come on. What did Eddie Murphy's girl want to do?
Do I have options?
Eddie Murphy. No. You should know this.
Murphy.
Eddie, you know who Eddie Murphy is? Who's Eddie Murphy?
He's the
Doc Doolittle, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Play with the animals. Right, elephant.
No, he's
Coming to
a
America.
Beverly Hills Cop. Yes, he's from that. All
Yeah.
that stuff. But this is a music
Right?
game. He only had one song.
He had a song?
That's the point of that's the point of this.
I have no idea.
Really?
I didn't know he had a song.
My girl wants to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time.
Never have I ever heard that song.
Totally. It was like the worst.
It sounds
It
terrible.
was awful.
What did Destiny's Child ask you to pay?
Ooh, pay.
Dun, 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 dun,
I thought we had this one too.
dun, dun, dun,
Because I said
dun.
reparations last time. Didn't I?
Then you should get it right.
No, reparations.
They're bills.
Same
I
thing.
feel like we can't do this until we get one right.
Slanchava. But you're answering the same questions. You're asking
All right.
the same questions as last time.
Well, I can't remember. We went through all of them.
Well, then let's just go off of this deck then. Come on.
Oh, I can get the other box.
Oh my gosh.
Go, ask your question.
We're so prepared. In Rhythm Nation, what question did Janet Jackson ask the people of the world?
Is there multiple choice?
No. It's Janet Jackson.
Are you ready to party?
Oh, close.
Oh, is it?
Are we looking for a better way of life?
That's not the same.
Oh, that's the same. Same energy.
Okay.
Same energy.
Now we're on 90s expansion pack. What will Whitney Houston have if she doesn't have him?
If I don't have him, I'm going to have you.
No,
What?
it's nothing.
If you want to be happy for the rest of your... No, that's not the song?
No.
No, it's like, what is it? If you can't be with the one you love, honey, love the one you're with. That's what that song is.
Nope.
Same thing.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. There's so many in here that I don't... Oh, here we go. No, you won't know that. Holy cow, babe.
What? I don't know any of these? Oh, I
No.
think I knew that last one. Not that one. The second one.
You read the answer, though.
Yeah, so I think I knew it.
You read the answer because it's a form of champagne.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me anything that Eugene Wilde has done.
You think Willy Wonka?
That was Gene Wilder.
Oh.
So Eugene Wilde. Do you know anything Eugene Wilde has
No,
done?
never
Okay.
mind.
All right. I was trying to.
It's my bad.
Here we go. In Sexual Healing, Marvin Gaye said he's hot just like what?
Butter.
Here's your options.
Okay, good.
Hot like butter. You keep butter in the freezer.
No.
You do. A comet. B, some lovin'. C, an oven. D, food you grubbin'.
Lovin'.
An oven.
What? Stupid. Okay. Sorry, but it is. According to Usher, before anything came between them, she was like what? His sister, his best friend, his soulmate, his first love.
Soulmate.
Best friend. Also, sister would be really weird.
Kind of gross.
It's like that one bill that one guy's trying to pass.
Hmm.
It's okay to marry your first cousin.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Woo! I
That's called against science.
think it's Kentucky, Tennessee, somewhere
makes
Midwesty.
sense. Totally makes sense, actually.
And he said it's not my first cousin, but it's for some other people.
It's for my constituents.
Oh gosh. Okay, go.
In Sweetest Taboo, Sade said
Oh god.
that every day is Christmas and every night is what?
New Year's.
It's pretty good.
Is it wrong?
New Year's Eve.
Oh, that's the same thing.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
In Pony, what is Genuine looking for? Love, wife, friend, partner.
Partner.
You got one.
He just wants somebody to ride his pony.
Where'd you go?
Like, it's a very sexual song.
I know.
So it's like all that other stuff. No. Some of these are too much. Like, who's that? I don't know who that is.
Oh, this is good for me.
I don't know who that is. Okay, here we go.
'Kay.
Maybe you'll do this one.
No, I won't. That's fine.
He used to play at the casino all the time. In Make It Last Forever,
Make it last forever.
Keith Sweat said he wants to hear you say you'll never leave him until when?
He goes to sleep. He makes breakfast. He cleans the kitchen. He gets a car. He has a job. He goes to work.
Whoa.
He gets old. He dies. I don't know anymore.
Till 6 in the morning. No, it's until the morning. Until the morning light. Until the morning light.
The same thing. Okay, this is our last one.
Last what?
That's the last questions.
Oh.
Better make it good. I'm not ready. 2 more after this. Okay. After Aaliyah wrote him a 4-page letter, what did she enclose it with?
Who?
Aaliyah.
Oh, I thought you said Leah. I was like,
No.
who's Leah?
Aaliyah.
When
That's
Leah what?
After Aaliyah wrote him a 4-page letter, what did she enclose it with?
Enclose it with?
Yes.
What do you mean? Enclose it with? Enclose it with a kiss.
Yes. Oh, Becca got it. She said kiss. You lost.
Oh,
Becca beat
come
you.
on. No, she didn't beat me. I didn't even
did.
see it.
And it's delayed, so she beat you more.
She beat me like, it took me over 14 seconds. In Here and Now, how did Luther Vandross promise to love?
Unto thee.
That's close.
Oh,
Ish.
what is it?
Rhymes. Faithfully.
Gosh dang it.
That's a different line. Yeah.
But at least I knew the lyrics.
No, I was like, unto the, like, yeah, that was good.
Flippin'.
good.
Flippin'. What kind of raindrops does soul for real dream of?
What?
What kind of raindrops does soul for real dream of?
Blood.
I guess that's salty. Candy coated. Remember that song?
No.
Candy coated raindrops? I can't think of actually how it goes
That
right now.
sounds awful.
I mean, it wasn't good.
So I said awful.
Oh, gosh.
I was like, man, I don't know about this. So if you're just checking in with us,
We're just playing a game.
yeah, but I'm also reading the 80s questions to her. She's reading the 90s questions to me.
Ugh.
That's what's happening.
I'm asking this question because I just don't even like it. What did Cisco like to be called?
Oh. Cute,
Tall. I'm just kidding.
Talented.
It's Poppy, and I don't like that question.
No, it's...
Ugh.
All right, ready?
Yes.
I found one that you should know.
Okay.
In Living on a Prayer,
Okay.
what did Gina say we got to hold on to?
Wait. This is gonna give me. It's gonna be a minute. I have to go through the whole song. Who's Gina?
There's only 2 characters in the whole song.
Wait. I need some time. Becca said Jesus.
Well, maybe because
Well, Gina said. Wait.
Tommy
Read it again.
didn't
Read the
pan
question
out.
one more time.
He was a football guy.
One more time. I'm gonna get it.
In Living on a Prayer,
Yeah.
what did Gina say we got to hold on to? It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. That's the word. That's the...
After?
It comes after that.
Crap.
Gina said we got to
A
hold
shot.
on. Ba-bam, bam, bam.
Hold on, we're halfway
It
there.
doesn't matter.
Nope,
Doesn't
wrong
matter.
line.
Oh, can you let me talk?
No, I can't. Oh, I got buzzed.
I'm trying to give you a clue and you won't be quiet.
Okay, go
it's
ahead.
weird. Like, Gina said we got to hold on to...
What we got.
Yes.
That was hard.
I gave you all the clues in the world and you just cut me off every time I gave you a clue. That was weird.
Sorry. Okay. According to Janet Jackson, how was the weather when he stared into her eyes? A sunny day, dark and cloudy, thundering rain, hot and humid.
Hot and humid.
You are wrong.
No.
Thundering rain.
Oh, that's weird.
I don't get that either. Actually, I don't know
That's
that.
not sexy.
I wish they would put the song on here, like the
No.
name of the song.
No.
Yes.
That's the whole point.
No.
I'm shaking things again.
I
but
know.
That's the whole point.
I look ridiculous in this. I'm realizing now.
What are you talking about?
Keep doing this. Looks
Look
funny.
at, we have this table. Look at all that stuff in the back.
Okay, what you got?
Look at that table we have. Ready?
Oh no.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, look, we can do this.
Oh, you're good. Ready?
Look at
Do
this.
you
Look at this mess of a table that we have right now?
do you know what today is?
The best day of the rest of your life.
Do you know what today is?
Obviously not. I'm like, I don't. What else? What do you want from me?
Rebecca, it's our anniversary.
But it's literally not.
That's what the card says.
All right, let's go back to just us two.
Okay, you
Me
ready?
shaking the camera.
I know.
All right.
Now, last two cards for reals. It's already after 9.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I want to watch Jeopardy and Blank Slate.
Oh, I
and
know.
sing a song, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
We always do a karaoke after the show, actually.
Not always, but most of the time. We
Yeah.
usually do either real talk. Like when this show ends, we do one of two things. Normally. Sometimes we don't. But normally, 9 out of 10 times, we either play rock band or sing karaoke with these mics because they're already on. So we just play songs and we go.
Yeah.
That's pretty normal.
Yeah.
So she's ready to sing because this is when Sarah decompresses
It's true.
because she
a long
works
friggin' week.
a lot. Like a lot. And this is like this is the most engaging we get on
Live.
unless we're on vacation, unless we travel or go out. Right? But if we're in the same house together, this is the most engaged we get. And we share this with you guys.
It's true.
No
That's
joke.
why when we fight, it's real.
Oh, when we get in... Yeah, it's real. Ready?
Yes, go.
You should know this one.
Okay.
What telephone number did Tommy Two-Tone
3675309.
tell... Can you let me... So,
Yes.
that was...
Sorry.
That sounded like a social security number. What telephone number did Tommy Two-Tone tell Jenny not to change?
Oh, that's not the answer that I had.
Oh, it was what, how do I put it? Yes, it was the right answer in your brain, but you said all the wrong numbers. So you have
So
to
it's 8675309 was the right.
Hold on. What?
Wait, what was the question?
What's the number? What's Jenny's number?
8675309.
Okay. Yes.
Is that the answer?
Yes.
Okay.
You did not say
I
that.
said 367.
You said 3867433.
I did not.
Like you said, like more
said-
numbers than in a phone number.
I did not.
I'm like, wow, that's a
did
lot
not.
of numbers.
Okay. What did T-Boz from TLC mess around? Oh, sorry. Why did T-Boz from TLC mess around? Her man was cheating. She needed some affection. That's the way love goes. She wanted some attention.
That's the way love goes.
You just sang that's a Janet Jackson line.
What?
That's the way love goes. It's not a TLC song.
Well, then.
She needs some affection was the answer.
Wow. So I'm not only wrong, but you have to Sarah explain why I'm wrong.
Did you know why you were wrong?
No.
Exactly. Then yes,
I came up with an answer that I thought was correct.
Yes, I did.
I just said something. All right. I'm gonna scooter explain why you get everything wrong also.
That's our whole
Ready?
life. So go ahead.
And don't stop believing.
Okay.
Where was the small town girl living? Yeah, I'm not gonna sing this one.
Oh, why not?
Because I gave you so many clues on the Bon Jovi one. It was disgusting.
Wait, what was the question one more time?
I'm going to read it like an actual, like, like we're on Jeopardy or something. No, you don't have to do the question. In Don't Stop Believin', where was the small town girl living?
Small Town World. Did I get it?
No.
Ah, dang it. What is it?
Living in a lonely world.
Was she never living in a small town world?
That was it's just a small town boy, small town, what is it? Yeah, small town girl living in a lonely world.
Shoot. Becca knew Lonely World. She even had it.
Well, okay. So you get to answer?
Well, she answered after I said it.
Yeah, because you're wrong.
I know I was wrong. I almost called you a word. Okay. You have one more. Pick it, make it good.
I'm gonna.
According to Destiny's Child, what time was the club jumpin'?
Oh my gosh, I know this song. I'd say 11:30.
You're right. And Rebecca's right.
Oh, she wrote it?
11:30.
I did not look at chat.
I
I
know.
was looking at you.
I know.
Cameras will show. Chat's over here.
Go.
You're right here.
Last one. What you got?
Okay. Oh, here's a good one.
John, if you don't put in the chat, that means you don't know it.
Anybody can say, "Oh, I totally knew that." So John put in the chat he knew the Journey lyric, but it's like,
But did you? Because
but
you
it's
didn't
like
put it in
anybody
there.
knows the answer after he heard the answer. I was like, I totally knew that. I said that on Jeopardy when we watched Jeopardy together. I totally knew that. No, that's my excuse. All right, in I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Ooh,
What?
I know this one. I know this song.
It's not Baby Mama's. Baby's Mama.
I know.
All right. And I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Mhm.
What did Whitney Houston's Lonely Heart do when the night falls?
That wasn't the part that I knew.
I know this one.
I knew the chorus. Can you read it one more time?
Yes. Hold on.
I can't look at the chat. Are you showing them the card?
I should. Let's do this. Watch this. Table with. Oh, look at this. Oh. Ooh.
Wait, what's the question?
Oh. Don't look at the delayed. In I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Yeah.
What did Whitney Houston's Lonely Heart do when the night falls?
Broke. Had dinner. Midnight snack. Cried. I'm gonna go with broke.
When the night falls.
My lonely heart calls.
See, if I give you a
Did I
clue,
get it?
yes, because I gave you a clue. But if I just read the question, the whole point is the question is deceiving, right?
But I got it before you said the answer, so it counts.
John had it like 17 minutes ago. Because when the night falls, my lonely heart calls.
It counts. You know what's funny is I saw that he responded, and when I looked over, I thought it said Cliffs, and I was like, "What did I say Cliffs in the song?" And then I was like, "Can't look at that anymore because that's weird."
You're awful.
Okay.
You can't even cheat right. Like you're cheating. Sound like you play by the rules. You cheat by the rules. I don't understand you.
Oh, yeah. I agree. Ooh, let's see. Okay. According to Mark from Blackstreet, if she walks away, what will she make a grown man do?
Stare. What? You look at the booty.
Cat call.
That's
That's not the answer. I'm just messing with you. It's
Oh, what is
cry.
Oh, I was gonna say cry, but I was like, that was too easy.
Oy.
All right.
There's so many I don't know.
There's a lot of
apparently.
Whitney Houston in mine.
Oh, that's good.
I don't. It's not because you don't get it.
But I know Whitney Houston. That's like the only thing I do know.
Okay, so this song, this one's gonna go If Rebecca's in the chat,
She's gonna get it.
if she doesn't get it before you,
She's going to.
because all I remember is this song playing
Did the man in the mirror?
1,000 times while she was getting ready in the old apartment that we stayed
Yeah.
in. At least I've heard this song 1,000. No, I've heard this song 5,000 times, and 4,999 times I heard it from Rebecca. So, in my prerogative,
Oh gosh.
Bobby Brown said he doesn't give a damn when they say what.
Yeah, Becca, that's all you. I have no idea.
Rebecca, if you don't get this,
It's my prerogative. I wasn't listening when she was playing the song.
it's what you got to listen to the song. Come on, anybody else can do this too. This is the 80s. Come on, 80s. John, you were there.
I don't know.
I mean, Rebecca was not there, but she knows the song.
Maybe she went to bed already. Just put it to the side. We'll come back to that one.
I'm ready. You don't want to know? You're not even going to guess?
I have no clue.
They say I'm
Poison.
wrong song. I
Oh,
really
nasty.
don't care. Yes.
that's what she said.
Yes. That's what it is. He's nasty. Right?
Oh, no. I have no
Because they say I'm crazy, and then they say I'm nasty. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
Huh.
I only know the chorus, the hook.
I mean, even if you knew the freaking, what's her name?
Oh, this is funny.
Who else redid it?
Someone else did the song?
Yes. It was, what's her name?
Britney Spears.
Yes.
Man, Becca's on it.
You're just reading stuff.
Yeah.
You're just reading, like, you're just reading
I don't
stuff.
know any of this stuff. Becca knows everything. Okay.
About that, for sure.
Music. She's good with music and lyrics.
In that era.
In Lady, where are the two places D'Angelo thinks they saw him and his girl?
What? Say it again.
In the song Lady, where are the two places D'Angelo thinks they saw him and his girl?
Who said?
D'Angelo thinks they saw him
Oh,
and
they.
his girl.
In the club and the hotel.
Ooh, that's good. No.
Oh.
At the liquor store or maybe the health food stand. I don't know what song that is.
I don't know that song. And I'm a D'Angelo fan. I don't know that song. So that's fine. That's totally fine. It's too much.
Oh, now I'm on Boys to Z. Boys to Z. Boys to Men.
What is happening with you? Are you okay?
I read the card and I saw Z and then anyways.
See,
continue.
I would know this. This
Okay.
one, I'm picking out ones that I would know.
Yeah.
So to see if you know them.
Okay.
In The Way You Make Me Feel,
Who sings that?
it's gonna tell you.
Okay.
I'll start over. So
I'm ready.
good. Alex Trebek would be so pissed off at you. In The Way You Make Me Feel, Michael Jackson liked the groove of what three things?
Are there options?
No. Come on.
Blood,
I
Sweat,
like
and Tears.
The groove of your
Wait, what's the song called?
The Way You Make Me Feel.
Oh no. Oh, it's a good song actually.
It's one of my
Got a
favorite
good
Michael
beat.
Jackson songs of all time. I love the music video when she's on the car and stuff. He's on the car and like talking to her while she's walking down the street. It was kind of a little shady, actually.
Stalkerish.
Yeah, it was a little weird. Now I look back on it. Gave me some like different worlds vibe.
Moves, attitude, smile. No, any of them?
No.
Not even one. Of
Anybody? I like the groove of her walk, her talk, her dress.
I mean, I feel like I was close. All right, you ready? Nathan from Boys to Men wanted to know how she could love him and leave him, but never do what?
What?
Nathan, Boys to Men, wanted to know how she could love him and leave him, but never do what?
Is that the guy? Girl. Is that Nathan?
I think so.
Why can't you love me? What was the word?
How could she love him and leave him, but
Love
never,
me. Leave me,
but never do what?
but never give me a baby.
You're so stupid.
Is that Nathan? I feel like that's Nathan.
Has to be.
It's got to be the.
He's the one that's not there anymore. Say goodbye.
Oh. Say goodbye,
Or was it Wanye?
Wanye.
No, that's the other one.
I don't know what you're saying. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Woo. All right. In Let's Go Crazy.
Who sings that?
In Let's Go Crazy. Who did Prince
Oh, no.
call for a friendly word?
I don't know this song. His cousin, mom, dad, uncle, grandparents, auntie.
I mean, if you want to stop talking for a second, I'm going to give
Michael
you
Jackson.
I'm going to give you multiple choice, but I'm only giving you questions I know.
Okay.
So, it's a multiple choice if you'll be quiet. His mother, his old lady, his best friend, his pastor.
What was the question?
Let's just say, let's go crazy. He only mentions it once.
His pastor,
You are wrong.
mother, old lady.
Yes. I'm only giving you questions that I don't even need prompting. Like, if it's a Prince song, I know it.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I know. And we have an audience member like in the house
I
right
know.
now.
He seemed highly annoyed. I'm not annoyed.
He should be
Upset
annoyed.
that I didn't know.
No,
it.
he should be. If you don't know Prince lyrics, you should be annoyed.
I don't know a lot of
Like,
lyrics.
I mean, you should stand on that. Like, when I don't know Beyonce lyrics, you're like, wow, you don't know that?
I have to. Rebecca, you're correct. She was like he was a J-Dub, so he didn't have a pastor. That's so true.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said pastor. I knew
You
that.
were a J-Dub too.
I knew that.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
After Toni Braxton's "Man Unbreaks Her Heart," what does she want him to say?
What? You're right.
Unbreak my heart.
Don't tell me that crap again.
Oh, it's close. Say he loves me again.
I knew it was again.
Oh gosh.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
I'm only asking questions I know.
I
Are you
know.
doing that too?
Yeah.
Or are you just random?
No,
All right. Oh, all right.
we're way past the time. I
How
said two
did
more cards.
Katrina and the Waves feel about walking on sunshine?
Is there a multiple choice?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
A, happy. B, good. C, sad. D, ecstatic.
Good. Walking on sunshine. Whoa.
And it makes me feel good.
Good night. I'm done. I got one right.
Oh.
Woo.
Oh, I have a big stack of cards. Look at this stack of cards.
We're gonna go play. We're gonna watch TV and play games.
Look at this.
Thanks.
Look at this mess we made.
Oh yeah, I have like multiple things here. I have to go through these to figure out which ones we already asked, and then buy more.
But real talk. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We're gonna do way more of this stuff because we have some really cool sponsors coming up. So if you want like free copies of some of the games that we've been playing, you could win them.
Yeah.
If you want to win some free merch just by being you, we could be sending that stuff to you. There's stuff in the works here, man. There's games that we're going to give away very soon within the month. Multiple games. There's multiple games that we're going to play that you have not seen before because people want us to play them. Plus, we're going to give away even cooler stuff than just t-shirts. What's cooler than a t-shirt? I don't know, but you're going to find out soon. No, I'm dead serious. Am I wrong though?
No, you're correct.
No, it was like we've been working on some stuff, not because we came up with the idea. This was, I mean, most of the stuff wasn't even our idea.
Very true.
It was other people that know who we are. They're friends of us. They're fans of us and what we do. So we're going to give out stuff. So tell your friends. But I know some of you are stingy. So you're not going to tell your friends so you can win it. But the more people we get in here, the cooler the stuff we can do. It's so much fun. And we don't do this for a living. We do this for fun. And so we can get like our, what is it? Our vibes.
Is it?
We're trying to move our vibes.
That's not right.
Every time they do this, I block your camera.
I know. And it blinds everybody because you need
I'm
tan.
so white.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very white. So true.
All right. Well, good night, guys.
All right. We love you all. We will see you very soon. But yeah. Until then, make sure and show up in real life, guys. Come see us. We will come see you. And yes, that's a threat.
Yes.
All right.
Bye.
Bye now.
And I loved it.